Welcome, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back today with some Rimworld live streaming once again here on the weekend. And we've got Mini Mongoose is here. Hello, Mongoose. Welcome. The Discord notification link to YouTube was wrong. Oh, streams. Oh, really? I have to update that. No, you're right. It doesn't show the latest one. That's weird. If you go to the home, it does show me streaming at the top. YouTube's sometimes a little sluggish. Maybe it'll upgrade. I've often thought maybe it's better to link it to the home page as opposed to the streams page because it shows up. It's supposed to show up on both, but either way, thank you so much, Mongoose, for coming by. Hello, cutie bunny. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Taymonger's here too over in Twitch chat. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Getting started today. We are going to be beginning a new colony, essentially, but we're going to be starting off with a single character. So, as the title and the thumbnail suggest, it is going to be Naked Brutality, Losing is Fun. We're doing a tribal start, and we're going to go for, what didn't I mention? There's something else. Oh, Losing it for a tribal start, Green Hell. It's going to be in the jungle, too. So, what happened to Huge Mongoose? Mongoose is with us. She's with us in chat, unfortunately. We're not doing a multiplayer this time because my mod list is much more extensive, as you can see. And unfortunately, the multiplayer mod, which I do have up here still, and we will do another multiplayer mod or run, I'm sure, in the future, so don't worry about that. But yeah, right now it's not compatible with all the mods. You literally have to go through like a spreadsheet with this mod and pick and choose which mods work, which ones are okay but still buggy, and which ones don't work at all. So, nothing against the Mongoose or the multiplayer mod because it is actually phenomenal, despite it's not compatible with every single mod. So with this one, we're going for just like everything at the wall. There's no theme necessarily with my mod pack, but one of the ones I always mention is the vanilla genetics. We're going to be going for that and stuff. I should mention, anybody who's interested, I made a collection on Steam, meaning like you can, and it's linked in the description of this YouTube video, so check it out. There's also a playlist there if you're watching me in the future and you want to check out some of the other streams, or if you miss part of it, there's a playlist you can get all caught up and stuff. Oh, and all our multiplayer streams are linked in that playlist too, Mongoose. So anybody who wants to check out the previous multiplayer streams, which were a lot of fun, I recommend it. But with all that said, let's get into it. Hello, Cake Berserk. Thank you for coming by, everybody. I think we've covered everything, so let's jump in. I did a couple dry runs earlier, so we're going to get through the beginnings part setup here pretty quickly, and we'll get into the colony, but we are going to go through everything here. So this is my edited scenario. The only difference between this and the normal Naked Brutality is that this one you start as a colony level, but here we're starting as tribal level. Everything else should be the same. All right, so we're going to skip on to the next one. And again, as the thumbnail suggests, we're going Randy Random. We will reload at any time. Anomaly settings, incidents disabled. Not the biggest fan of Anomaly. I mean, it's in there, and we've got all the DLCs installed in this run too, but Anomaly, there's some aspects of it, like I love the fact that they added Z levels, or the ability to go like underground. That is super cool, and it's still part of the game. We don't have to have the incidents enabled for that to work, but there we go. All right, losing is fun. I'm not going to scale it up to the 500%. We're just going standard lose. The underground maze is real neat. Yeah, there's some really fun stuff with it, and I think some of the mods that I've added will have also expanded on it. I think it's been a minute since I actually went through the full mod list. Earlier in the week is when I compiled it, but all right. And if anybody out there is new to Rimworld, I highly recommend it. It is one of my all-time favorite games. I've got almost 5,000 hours in it now. Granted, a lot of those are just idle time. You know, on my older PCs, I used to take like 15 minutes for this game to boot up because I'd have like 200 mods installed. And I used to just leave the game on all day. I'd get up and go work or do something like that, and the game would just still be on because I didn't want to boot it up. All right, anyway, let's go. So we're going to do population up a bit. I like to have some trading options. We're also going to throw in 2 new, what's it called? It's factions here. We've got to go for the Cannibal Tribe, obviously, and the Rough Outlander Union. These people, I believe we could eventually, like, become friends with if we play our cards right. Global coverage, 100%. All right, we got a little touch of pollution there, but shouldn't be too bad. Trick is to nap while it loads. I can't do 15-minute naps. My mom, when she was a teacher, she would come home from class. You know, we'd already be home because we'd be getting out at roughly the same time. She'd be like, all right, I'm going to lay down for 15 minutes and take a nap. She, number one, could instantly fall asleep. And number two, like, she would get just 15 because she would tell us to wake her up. So we would come and get her, and she would just wake up and go cook dinner or whatever, do, you know, her homework or her check grades and stuff, whatever they say. Grade papers. That's what she used to do, a lot of grading papers. All right. So a couple things. We got some mods installed. Number one, I want to come up here, click on the gear. We're going to change the map size. We want it medium, this size here. We could go large, but it gives you a little warning there. So we'll just stick with that size, and everything else here is good. We have essentially what is the map reroll mod, but I don't think it's called that. All right, so let's look at the factions. The purple and the yellow tribals, those are the 2 opening factions we can trade with. And again, these 2 we can eventually make friends. Can't trade with the Empire right away. I don't know about these 2. These are modded ones here, so we'll see. But all right, so I'm looking to settle near some purple, really is what I care about the most, but we do need it to be in a jungle. And I'm a big fan of the mountain. So that's purple. That's who we're looking for. Now what I care about over here is the stone types. I want granite and marble. And I also don't want caves. See these caves? I do not want caves. Hey, Akatato, how's it going, my friend? Yes, we're getting started with a new run. Appreciate you coming by, buddy. How's the game going? How's life going for you? It's great to see you again. Yep, we're just getting started, in fact, building. It is on the most difficult level, and we're starting off with 1 character completely naked, so we might die. I mean, there's no guarantee. Now, if we do within like the first 2 hours or whatever, we'll probably just go again. You know, we'll reload or something, but I'm not going to save scum. We'll just start over. But all right, this one's not bad looking. So we've got marble granite. No mention of caves whatsoever. Of course, it's year-round growing. That's because we're in the jungle. But there's also somebody relatively close. We'll have to cross this river, but there's also a nice tribe right here we can trade with too. Whoops, which one was that? Was it this one? I think. Yeah, it was this one. Yeah, so we do have a lot of mountain. Here's what's cool now, Mongoose. I'm glad you mentioned that. So we can preview what this looks like, and we can also re-roll it. Check it out. So I can tell you too that I can spend like 45 minutes looking for like the perfect map and like going through. It's really cool mod. You can actually pin one and be like, okay, I think I like this one, but I want to keep that one and re-roll everything else, you know. Really cool mod. Let's look here what I'm looking for. The one thing I hate is I can't. Oh, we can zoom a bit there. Okay, we can zoom it a bit. I'm looking for a nice defensible little canyon. So let's re-roll. What is this? 8, 10. Let's re-roll 10 maps here. Now this one's really interesting. Okay, this one's extremely right here. Look at this. This is just an ultimate choke point. But the bad thing about that one is there's no high fertility soil inside the canyon. So let's just pin it and look at some others real quick. I promise I won't take all day doing this. I could, though. I'm telling you, I could. We might just go with this one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I actually don't like how close it is. As long as it is open, though, that's what's important. All right, those all suck. This one looks interesting. Over here, we've got a little spot. Yeah, let's try this one because I can see some. I mean, it's almost an equal amount, to be honest. Let's just go with this one. No, you know what? On second thought, we're doing this one. Sorry. All right, indecisive. We're locked in. This is it. This is our home, people. Let's generate the map. What's up, Tay Monker? Got to catch me live. I was swamped with work a lot lately. Now, pending job is completed. Well, hey, congrats, buddy. Hopefully, you could relax, have some fun. We're just getting started with the stream, so you haven't missed anything except like the very first initial setup, but we're still picking our spot. All right, we're good to go. Let's go to the next one. Ideology, what we're going to do is create a fluid one, and I've got one ready to go, okay? But I want to show it to you. So if I just load it from this point, it'll skip it and we'll go right to the character creation. So what I'm going to do is go to create instead, and then I'm just going to select a random one, random. Now I can load practicalism. So this is the ideology we're going to go with. It is a fluid bait. It's just the fluid, you know, so far we can add to it, but we've got hybrids accepted. So it's fast research, venerate everything this time. Now this one's much more practical. That's why it's practicalism. It's much more about min-maxing since we're going for ridiculously difficult, not the max, but we're going for losing is fun. It's more of min-maxing. So you'll see every ritual down here is set for me to choose when it is, and of course the random recruit is like the reward for every one of them, you know, and we're good to go. We're locked in here. Some of the precepts we're looking at, corpses are ugly. That's one I want to change possibly. Organ use acceptable, free love. Yeah, pretty standard, but like I say, it's the foundation. So most important too, I didn't mention it, but production specialist. We do have the ability to make a production specialist, which is my favorite kind of leader type. All right, so we're going to load in our pre-made character. Say hello, everybody, to Blue. This is the character I always use in one form or another whenever I'm doing this kind of a challenge run, the jungle run. Blue is the guy. You know, it's like an opposite of green, I guess. Kind of, not really, but there we go. So he's industrious, iron-willed, and super immune. So and he's completely naked, because it is naked brutality here. And he's a little bit overpowered in terms of his traits and skills for a starting character. We've got 8 in plants, essentially, which is essential for us to be able to plant heal root. So that's, you know, that's buffed up a bit. His medical and social will eventually get pretty good, but he's our main character. And of course, from adding on, we're going to be just recruiting random people. So nobody else is going to be as good as Blue. Essentially, if Blue dies, it's over. 4 a.m. here, my body got used to waking up at 3 a.m. for work. Oh man, Tay Monker. Tell you what, I'm a very early riser myself in real life. And when I was working in my old job, I would get up really early, sometimes 4 a.m. Once in a while, it'd be 3 a.m. too. All right, let's get started. Here we go. I think everything's good. Not starting with any items or anything like that. Nothing but our bare hands, people. And I do have the P Music mod installed, so we'll be able to jam out with some beautiful music. Oh, I was like, why are we getting a black screen? What's going on? Okay, here we are. Look at this. Beautiful. So we've got some preliminary things to set up. Yeah, not much high fertility inside. The boundaries So we're going to be building in here, obviously. Here's the map. We've got a ruin over here. What is this? Marble. We've got a ruin structure with slate, limestone, and looks like more limestone. That's nice. Oh, and some sandstone there. Okay. We got a lot of good ruins, pretty accessible to the entranceway. Oh, looks like we've got, nice, we've got an ancient danger right here with easy access. Like once we get prepared for it, obviously, that's cool. That's helpful. Oh, look at this. We've got 2 steam geysers set up. That's one thing I miss about the old reroll mod that I used to use. Not this one, but the old one. Is you used to be able to reroll your geysers, but we got super lucky here. So this is really nice. Did we see another one? Sorry, I'm going to turn that off right now because it's kind of annoying, but I will need to turn that overlay back on eventually. Potato. How many mods are there? Buddy, I don't know the count exactly, but I can see you're on Twitch. If you open up the YouTube browser and look at the live stream, there's a link to my mod collection on Steam down below. And you know what? I could probably just open it real quick and tell you like a mod. There's well over 60 to 70, though. There's a whole bunch, my friend, a whole bunch. I should have thought to get that number, but I don't have it offhand. Yeah, there's a lot, though. It's hella modded. Hella mods, people. No real theme to it. Just a collection of some of my favorites. Many, many, many quality of life ones. Some cool animal mods. We've also got some vanilla expanded stuff. You know, we've got extra foods and stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I appreciate y'all stopping by, too. So, a couple preliminaries. Let's set up a couple things. I'm not going to go crazy with the schedule, but I always like to pull it back a little bit. And let's go to not numbers, assign. We want to go to assign. We're going to kick that down to herbal, set him to attack. We're also going to have him self-tend, which we need to do here. Okay, and let's go back to assign. We're going to go into our drug policy. Let's amend the social policy. I'm going to turn off everything. Leave Psych IT on there. I'll leave Go Juice on, and actually I'm going to set that to 1. This Ethereum's fine. We'll just do, I'll do once every 5 days for that one. All right, that's fine. That should be good. That should be good. Yeah, it's been a while since I set it up, but yeah, panoxycillin is going to be super important. Very true, because Mini Mongoose makes a good point. When you're playing in the jungle, as we are, illnesses are far more common, especially on the harder difficulties. One of the reasons Blue, our starting colonist, always starts with the super immune trait. It's not going to make him, you know, he could still die potentially if we don't get him treated well enough, we don't have medicines, but it will help him a lot. And yeah, again, like in the early game with a single colonist, if he goes down to like sleeping sickness, it can be really challenging, and it's almost certainly something's going to happen. But either way, let's see. I think we've got 1 or 2 more things. I like to go in. This is a little bit picky, but I always turn off tainted apparel, so I don't want my character picking up tainted apparel. Let's also have him go in and just carry around 2 herbals. We don't have any herbal. Another quick note too about jungle tiles is herbal medicine does not grow naturally. You won't find herbal growing around here like it does in forests. So that's one of the reasons that he is set to a high growth level, because we're going to have to start planting it. All right, real quick, we're going to knock this out. Okay. I know exactly how I want this set up, but I just have to concentrate on it for a moment. And of course, as we get new pawns and stuff, this will change. Okay, that's fine. That's fine for now. We'll probably have to come in and adjust that. You can see, obviously, I've got a lot of mods. This one in particular, couple in particular, that affect the priorities here at the manual, or the work priorities. But, all right, I think we're set up. Yeah, we got Boomaloops. We got Boomaloops, people. We also have the wonderful, oh, didn't I install it? Yeah, here it is. We've got the awesome hospitals mod. We're going to get into this later too at some point once we actually get a hospital built. But we can actually have like people drop in and come to seek our attention, and they'll pay us. All right, so first things first, let's do a little zoning. We're going to actually set up a grow zone here. Where are we going to set up our initial base? I think we can put it down here. It's not a bad spot. We can put it right here by this little tiny bit. We'll just put like our building will be right here for now. Yep, so we'll start. And now again, one thing I'll stress, and you'll hear me say it again and again, is that we have to be very, very careful about how much we have to manage our wealth, is what I should say. We really have to manage the wealth. In other words, we don't want to overbuild or overproduce early on, especially. But, oh, no. All right, let's get... So we got rice and heel root. Let's put some psychoid here. That's psychoid. In fact, let me just expand that into the unfertilized stuff. We'll need... That's good. That's good right there. Nothing can go wrong with organ harvesting. I love tricking out my colonists with bionics and stuff. Yeah. So much fun. And of course, harvesting from prisoners. Yeah, it's one of my most favorite things about this game. What? Like we didn't do in multiplayer? Yeah. Our settlement in that one was so compact, you know. We even at one point, I remember, thought about moving. We thought about leaving the map and taking over a different one. But ultimately, we didn't go that direction. All right, so we've got rice. I feel like I am forgetting something. You know, one thing I do like to zone up here and grow, it's not essential, but it is helpful. Let's slap down a very small amount of cotton. Cotton. This is going to help us in a little while with certain building projects, believe it. I'm not going to use it for clothing. We're going to build with that. All right, that's a ridiculously small amount of growth, but that's good enough for now. So let's turn that off. Keeping this on because we are also, real quick, let's order him to come down here and chop a bit of wood. All right, get down here, Blue. It's unpaused, people. We're alive. Blue's working. That's right. Snap to it, buddy. Hustle it up. Hustle it up. You don't walk when you can run, you know? Let's go, Blue. All right, he's coming down. He's going to chop some trees. Hello, beautiful little bird. Look at this little flighting bird. It's flying. Okay, let's get a zone down for the stockpile. Boom. We'll do a little bit of tweaking here. For now, it's just going to contain basically all the things. Almost all the things. We might end up going cannibal at some point, but we're not currently cannibals. So we'll keep the human-like corpses outside, please. Now, let's set up a dumping zone somewhere convenient, but out of the way. Oh, this is weird. We haven't got the notification for Ancient Danger. Maybe we have to get right up next to it, I bet. All right, I'll put the dumping zone here in the water. Partial in the water, partially out. So any corpses will disappear quicker. Not that. That's fine. And we'll do some chunks in here too. Hey, Squelch, how's it going? Rimworld is a lot of fun. I've got thousands of hours in it. It's still fun. Follow me because of the Cataclysm videos on YouTube. Nice to catch you live. Well, thanks for coming by, my friend. I appreciate you dropping in, buddy. Yep. We're going to get back to some Cataclysm. Well, if you're watching the Sky Island series, of course, that's going to continue on. Uploads every week, or every other day, I should say. All right, there's Ancient Danger. And I'm going to go back to streaming some Cataclysm next weekend, too. So I hope you guys will check that out. Yeah, Rimworld's such a fantastic game, too, though. I absolutely love it. And you're right, it's been out for a while now. I've got thousands of hours myself, but I can't help but like look forward to every new DLC that comes out. And as Many Mongoose said, just customizing it with the endless amount of mods that exist. Such a phenomenal game. Didn't really make that the way I wanted it. Okay, let's go ahead and set up a home zone because I've got, oh, I thought I turned those off. No, I guess I didn't. Let's clear a home zone and let's replace a home zone. Okay, a couple of construction things we want to build over here real quick. Let's get a hoop stone right there where the tree is. What are you doing right now, Blue? All right, you better be working, little punk. That's right. Hey, Doomsday, what's up? We travel naked and afraid. That's right. You know it, buddy. Naked and afraid or normal naked. Oh, it's tribal. I'm sorry. It is tribal, my friend. Yep. Very important. I'm glad you asked. I did cover it right at the start, but we are a natural pawn. One of the reasons, because I like to go through and, you know, start from the ground up, but also because I'm hoping to establish ourselves with some psychics. Right now I'm looking for the anima tree. One old tip that I remember from one of the Rimworld players who used to play, if you just kind of move around the map with like a block, eventually the lines for the anima, there it is. Yeah, see those red lines? They're still faint, but eventually those will pop up. Now, here's a side note. Boom, look at this. Oh, there's a new option here under the anima tree. I can actually extract it. So I will go ahead and say there's disclaimer. Some of the mods that I've installed are going to make the game a bit easier for us, you know, undoubtedly. One of them is the ability to extract and replant the anima tree. So we'll probably do that relatively soon. And what I'm going to do is like replant it inside the boundaries of our little base area so that when our people go to meditate, they won't have to go outside our walls, essentially. It'll make more sense. It's cheaty, you're right, it is, but I just prefer it. You know, I like to set it up wherever I want. And it makes sense. I mean, you can move trees in real life, maybe not full-grown trees, but whatever. We also have the embrasures mod, too. Oh, I don't have any stone right now, so I'm not going to build any, but what we will eventually do is have a nice, like, little front line here with some embrasures that we can shoot through. Now, you could, if you're not familiar with that mod, you could call that cheaty, too. I love embrasures. But the embrasures can receive fire from both sides, meaning the enemies can shoot through them, too. So it's not that cheaty. I mean, they're helpful in a lot of ways, and I will say that they very much trivialize animal attacks. When you get like the mass animal or any kind of animal attack, it's pretty much just like a firing squad with the embrasures. But actual raids with real difficult enemies, especially max, yeah, the embrasures just like tinfoil sometimes. All right, so we've got ourselves a structure. Let's get some stuff going. We're going to slap down a sleeping spot for starters. Let's go. I'm going to pause it real quick. Let's go into production. I put that right on my zone, didn't I? Whoopsie. Furniture again. Couple of things we need. Cooler. I also want one single torch. I'll put it right there. Production, back to production. Butcher goes outside. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. All right, that's fine. Let's hold off on that for the moment. Okay, so we're going to set up a couple things here. I wanted to make a war mask, tribal wear, a recurve bow, and a backpack. Yeah, that's everything. The backpack and the tribal wear is not going to come for a minute because we don't have any textiles right now. But the recurve bow and the mask he can make. So let's get him. Let's go. You just bought the latest DLC when it was on sale and have been checking it out. Grabship's added a lot. Definitely, definitely. We might build ourselves a little ship at some point, more or less for like just transporting things back and forth as opposed to like trying to explore. But one thing I've been thinking of, Squelch, is doing like a Let's Play series, which is just focused on like a character or two who just like jump around the planet on their ship, essentially. Something I want to do is get back into making like Let's Play content for Rimworld. I've been streaming it a little bit in the last few months, but I mean, my YouTube channel used to be like that, used to be 90% of what I would upload was Rimworld back in the old days. All right, so where's my... Oh, we don't have any... There's literally nothing inside of my stockpile yet. Okay, let's speed it up. Hurry it up, Blue. All right, he's chopping some stuff down. Let's look at him. He's got no food. Okay, that's what I'm forgetting right now is food. So let's order him to harvest some of the fruits and the natural deliciousness of the jungle. Not too much. In fact, you know what? Let's cancel those. We'll save those for tomorrow or something. Yeah, Blue, quit. Gotta be careful about getting him to overdo it here. No, I want you to harvest that one. No, don't do that. All right, so another little setup I like to do. In fact, this thing is in the wrong spot. That needs to be there. But let's get Blue a little food. Is he cutting it down? Or is he just harvesting? Okay, he just harvested it. Good, good, good. Oh, you lost your internet for a moment. Oh no, mongoose. But you made it back. You made it back. All right, that's beautiful. Thank you, Blue. Look at this. Wait, can we just pause real quick to appreciate this guy's wonderful hair? Look at that. It almost resembles a mohawk straight on, but from the side, you see the luxuriant nature. All right, so raccoon, it's I think it's bound. It's not the color. I think it's bound like by braid. I don't know. Maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. Okay, hold on. Let's get some more furniture. So one thing we need is to go to classic. We need the mini table with the mini mongoose. All right, there we go. So we've got a table set up. Or do we need wood? More wood? Probably. All right, let's chop some more wood. Good job. He's chopping. He's chopping. We're going to speed it up. Hey, what's up, Revan? How's it going? Definitely Casanova with that hair. Look at him. He's walking around. Just everything's hanging out right now. Let's take a look at his needs. He's probably a little sweaty, uncovered groin, is uncomfortable, and the classic Rimworld, ate without a table. But he should be good now. All right, next thing he's building is the thermostat. And let's take a moment while our boy Blue is working around here. Let's scavenge the map for carcasses. Now, I don't like this cat being inside our area, but I'll have to chase him out or something. One thing I'm looking for, and we could just go to the wildlife, is lockjaw. Lockjaw is a modded animal. It's like a big lizard. But they're real slow. They drop a nice quantity of meat, and most importantly, they give you reptile leather in a decent quantity. Usually, if you kill one of them, you can just make a bedroll right out of it. So we're going to be looking to kill some animals, obviously for the food, but more importantly for the textiles, because he needs to cover up that groin. Man, God, I'm going to get banned on Twitch because of Blue. I can't zoom in past this level. I don't know. We can't look at his hair because we'll expose something else. Okay. What is this? A peahen? We got some steel. Let's look around the interior of our little canyon. We have compact machinery. Turn that off. off, you guys. There's a rat and a chinchilla you could smack with a log. I would never do that. No, but I need to get him to make that bow. Compacted steel, that's brilliant. 2 things of steel here. Ancient danger. All right, Blue. He's getting pretty tired. How many things are there? All right, let's get those bananas for morning. Speed it up, Blue. All right, beautiful. Nice, rock on. He's going to make his war mask first because before conquest, we need to look the part. We need to get the style right, you know, and the war mask really helps with that. So grab the wood, buddy. In fact, next time, why don't you grab all of it? Oh, he's cleaning up. He knows to clean up his little domicile before he starts in on the crafting. Let's pay attention to his needs here. He's sleepy, but we're going to go to bed soon. Yeah, we want to get him a good, proper bedroll, no doubt about it. But look at this. Day 1, people. We've already got a house built. Randy Random can go to hell. He's not going to stop me. We're going to have so much fun. You guys won't believe it. Heating up peaches again. Is that what we're eating? Bananas and oranges. It's kind of what a peach is. It's a cross between a banana and an orange. It's exactly what a peach is. In fact, I'm pretty sure biologically. Here we go, people. Pink. Oh, look at the war mask. Look at him wear the war mask. Now look at him sleep. All right, speed it up. We have a mod which unlocks the 4th speed. Ludicrous speed. Copyright. Spaceballs. Trademark. But there it is. So we can go super fast right through the night. Squelch the noise. I attacked the Royal Tribute Collector because one of my colonists had a relationship with them. I was able to capture and recruit them and then got married shortly. But now I'm trying to, yeah. Oh, the Empire raid, Empire faction raids are pretty bad. I mean, they are, without mods, just on a vanilla scale, they are probably the most heavily technological, like, faction that you can face against. Now, if you're playing with the mods, that can be completely different. But yeah, if you make an enemy of the Empire, it can be tricky. But, you know, hey, it's not a game ender by any means, you know. Honestly, I've done that sometimes intentionally just to give myself more of a challenge in the late game. You know, make an enemy of the Empire, and you will see some challenge, no doubt about it. Normally, though, I would just, like, install extra faction mods or something. All right, you need to wake up, Blue. Go eat your nanners. Yeah, I'm going to be min-maxing the crap out of him here. So let's get the butcher table up next. How much wood does it require? 95. We have nowhere near that amount, so he's going to need to chop some wood. Chop these big, nice, thick trunks up here. Cancel that one. Don't want to go overboard. What's he doing? He's tending his garden. There's a rat over here. Eventually, what we want to do, once we get our embrasure set up, we want to get all the animals out of here. We don't want any of these animals back here. Because you know what's going to happen? Randy's going to make them go crazy. And they'll try and kill us. All right, so we got the wood coming. While he's working, let's come up here and let's plan out our fortifications. It's all subject to change, but I like to kind of lay things out. Now, I don't want to go too far out here, but... And I have a very specific way I like to set these up. It's kind of better to just go straight across as opposed to, like, trying to turn the corner or something. That creates points where they can, like, attack you from. Could have a little monkey farm. Yeah, well, you know what? As I mentioned... We have vanilla genetics expanded, so I am definitely going to be looking. Look right here. We can see that the chinchilla drops the rodent genome. So I'm definitely going to be looking to tame many animals, and eventually we're going to be speciating them, whatever that means. Now, we're going to be crossbreeding them, making like chickens that give eggs and milk. We're going to be making like wolves that are crossed with spiders, which will just like devastate the battlefield. We will cross a Thrumbo with a Boomaloop, which will give it a blast radius equivalent to an atomic bomb. You guys are in for some stuff, so get ready. Not today, Not today. It's not going to happen. These are long-term goals for the colony. Right now, our main goal is to cover up Blue's dangly bits, because that's all hanging out. All right, so we got this going. Let's butcher a creature. We're going to do it forever. We're going to have them drop the ingredients right on the ground. I'm going to decrease the radius so it only checks right here at our little spot. And we're good. Okay, now we got to go find some corpses. No, actually, he needs to make a recurve bow next. Blue, that's your next job. Thrumbo Boomaloop, that's right, buddy. Better have stone walls. If I recall, there's actually, and I haven't played in a while, so they may have changed some things about the mod, that there used to be one of the things you could do to the animal when you were growing it and splicing the genes and stuff was install a controller if you had it, which would literally allow you to select the animal and recruit it, just like you would a pawn. And you can order it around, so you can have it go out front of your walls, send your boom loop out here. If you're planning ahead, like I'm saying, this is going to be like a warrior animal, you can literally control them directly. Again, it's like you have to install it beforehand, but it's really cool. All right, so yeah, there's not much to this. Just a line of embrasures, but we need to put a door in it. We'll put the door right here. Like that. Actually, it's going to be... Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Okay, and now I like to have a couple of structures here, so this will make a lot more sense once we actually start building up. But this is going to be a blocking wall. This is where the pawns will stand, and then I like to have maybe another wall here-ish for them. All right, and again, it'll start to make more sense once it comes together and we start building it, but just getting it laid out. All right, so Blue is almost done with his bow. Perfect, Blue, don't go anywhere. Equip that, baby. Get that in your hands. You're deadly now. You're the deadliest creature on this map. That's right, play some hoopstone. Or no, clean rock rubble, while I look for some corpses, future corpses. What can we kill? Let's go for something meaty, but also that won't fight back is what I care. Oh, we've just found our target. The ground runners hunt. These things, they're dumb as a rock, essentially. Their brains, the size of a pebble. Their bodies, though, chunky and delicious. Marbled beautifully. They are rodent types, I think, right? I don't know. Oh my God, look at that picture. No, they're alpha genome, which is different. They are cute and delicious. No, if you tame these guys, they will actually dig for you. Will happily help your colonists mine rocks and minerals. They are, however, quite lazy and get distracted easily. So we'll eat them. Yeah, they're mods. These guys right here are from alpha animals. Yeah, right here in teal. Alpha animals. So I do have another one or two, not a whole bunch, but we do have another couple of animal mods. But these like the cat here, the jaguar, is from Vanilla Expanded. So yeah, the map is going to be a lot more diverse. But the cool thing is all of these mods have compatibility with the Vanilla Genetics Expanded. I mean, this is literally another vanilla mod, but so does this one, the alpha animals. It's pretty cool. All right, let's go. Blue, what the hell are you doing? Why are you not hunting right now, bro? Why are you not hunting? Is that what? Get over there. Delicious rat. Yeah, it is basically that. It's like a big mole, essentially. Tame them, eat the lazy ones. Well, one thing you got to remember, well, number one, Blue is a terrible animal handler because he was kind of overpowered in certain other things like construction and medicine. He has no ability with animals, so we can't tame anything with him. Oh, this is dangerous. We don't want to hit one of these monkeys. All right, he's killing this guy. Hold on. Not quite. Keep going, Blue. Nope, don't. Yeah. Number 2, let me point this out real quick because I'm sure I'll mention it a couple times, but we really have to keep this number right here, 45. We have to keep this as low as possible. The colony's wealth. The attack strength of the raids that hits us is dependent on the colony's wealth at the time, you know, the raid is thrown. And since we're playing on the hardest difficulty, we really got to pay attention and min-max stuff. And of course, the reason I bring that up is because if we tame animals, you know, the animal is going to add to the overall colony's wealth. So that's an important thing to remember. All right, this guy is really hard to kill, but we're also leveling up our shooting too while this happens. We've gone up 0.04 of a degree. You need a mongoose paw to tame your animals. You got it, mongoose. Well, you spoke up, mongoose, so you'll be the first furry that we get. For some reason, it's always felt like to me certain xenotypes, excuse me, certain xenotypes are far more common than others. Like I almost never see Himates or genies, but I see furries and pigs and Neanderthals like all the time. It's funny. All right, so this stupid thing is still alive. Let's speed it up. Let's get this done. It's taking him all day, but all right, he killed it. Watch out for the jaguar. Watch out. All right, we're moving. Now, we did not build the oven yet because we don't have the resources, but let's unforbid that. Again, what I'm really super focused on right now is the textiles. We want this thing's skin, but I don't want to waste the meat. So let's come down here and have Blue knock out some blocks. I oversell to traders to get my wealth down. I was on a cannibal ideology last time, so many clothes to get rid of. Yes, that's 100% a great way of doing it, Squelch. Another really great trick, it's not a trick, it's just a piece of advice. I didn't always think about this, but first of all, hold on, before we get into that, let me just set my... I think we'll go complex furniture first since we have so many ruins outside the base. But if you come over to launch pods, I've forgotten exactly where they're at, but once you get up to the right level, transport pod, you can research these pods and you can load these up with just goods like excess clothing from dead pawns or whatever. You know, you can make your own clothes and send it off. And what I like to do is I'll fill up a transport pod or a bunch of them with stuff that I don't need, and then I'll send it to a faction who you can, you know, turn into an ally. Send it to the Empire, send it to the Jada Pact or whoever. And boom, you'll gain faction influence with them, and that wealth will be permanently erased from your colony. But it is kind of costly to get up to that research level, and of course those things do take chem fuel too to launch those. They don't require electricity though, which is nice, just strictly chem fuel. All right, how much you got there, big dog? What are you carrying? I don't want to get too much steel. Is that enough for him? So we've got 38, which is not enough for anything yet. So we're going to have to kill another one of those chunky mole rat things. But I do want to get the oven made first. So let's let him continue. Force speed, ludicrous speed. Let's go. All right, here we are. We're back. It's daylight here in the jungle. One thing we need to start thinking about, yeah, is defenses, which we'll get. In fact, let me do this real quick. We'll just put one like right there. I don't know. I don't know if this is a great spot for him, but we'll have to judge it the first time we get an attack or something. All right, that's cool. We're going to need more wood for that, though. So order him to chop some wood. Great here-ish. Yeah, good tip. Yeah, you just started using the pods and the shuttles last run because my game wouldn't let the caravan on foot. It says back. Oops. Need a one side open. Yeah, it is definitely a good tip. All right, let's see. Speed that up. Go ahead. All right, let's set up a couple of bills real quick. Now, we can't do anything with most of these, but... Okay. What's he doing? Is he building them? All right. Oh, he's cooking now. Look at him go. Like a madman. This is an efficient setup. Let's actually move these inside. What we should do is make it even more efficient, though. I don't know if we can do it right now. No. No. I need to research complex furniture, so... Let's go to production. We're going to slap down a simple research bench right there. We don't have the steel for it, though, so let's set up a couple more. Again, I don't want to go too overboard. I'm not going to dig out like the whole steel vein right now. That's just a waste of effort, and it would overload us with a resource we don't need right now, you know. All right, so we have... Let's make tribalware the priority next, after we get enough. Actually, no, you know what? On second thought, we should probably make the bed a priority. What does it take? 40? 40. God, we were just shy of it. We have 38 from that one Roadrunner thing. All right, so Blue's back in bed. Let's speed up the time. In the morning, he needs to hunt another one of these. But look at that. We ended up with 64 pemmican. Maybe we'll go ahead and harvest a bit more food, too. So much to do. We got a lot of things we got to make sure to prioritize. Now, we are low in medicine, but we've got it planted. I'm going to go ahead and get crazy and expand it a little bit. The rice is about done too, which is really nice to see. Let's expand that just a tiny fraction. Expands 3 tiles. All right, he's shooting at the stupid rat thing. He killed it. Good job, Blue. That was quick. That was quick. All right, so now we definitely have enough for the bed. Pinkertons. Let's get that out of here. Blue, don't worry about food right now, buddy. In fact, we're done with the meals for the moment. I don't care about those. Boop, boop, boop. All right, we got a bed. Now, I think, yeah, we do not have enough for the tribalware. We need 60 fabric or leather for that. So I think what we'll let him do is cook a little bit. But in order to make more pemmican, we need some fruit to mix in with it. Hey, Tachyon, what's up, buddy? Welcome to the stream, my friend. How goes the achievement hunting? Today we're playing some Rimworld. Just started with a brand new run, everybody. This is Naked and Afraid, Losing is Fun, Green Hell, starting in the jungle with our boy Blue. There he is. He's got the raccoon hair. His dangly bits are hanging out. He's sweaty. Why is he eating without a table still? I hate you. Yeah, no longer sleeping on the ground either. We've got him a bedroll. Look at that, people. It's beautiful. But, Yeah, so we're going to be doing another stream tomorrow too here with the Rimworld. This weekend decided to go back to back with Long Dark. We did that yesterday and the day before, and now we're doing back to back streams for Rimworld too. So we'll be launching the stream tomorrow about the same time as this one. And we've been going for 55 minutes so far. All right, we are good to go, except we do need more textiles. Let's let him finish cooking, and then we're going to go after that third ground runner. Yeah, the jaguar is wandering close. Yep. That is a good point. We don't want that thing here. There's ways we can deal with it. It's not totally foolproof, but there are ways. Speed it up. Started to play Dig Drill. Already 14 of 47 Steam achievements. Let's go. Good job, Tachyon. Well, thanks for dropping in, buddy. Taking a little break from the achievement hunting to hang out with us today. We got to get a little bit more wood because he has run out. Yeah, Rimworld's one of my favorites. It's so good to get back into it. In fact, I'm thinking about maybe setting aside some time and making a Let's Play series. I think maybe after my Sky Islands run finishes, I'll probably take a break from the we'll still do Cataclysm live streams, but I'll take a break from the Let's Plays, and I might work on a Rimworld series, because I do have an idea for a specific one. Got a dead corpse out there. Yeah, I'm thinking Star Wars themed. How many folks out there have played with the Star Wars mods for Rimworld? They're really great mods. Super fun. And I've used them to play, in the past, but I'm thinking a whole series just around those could be cool. Never tried the Star Wars stuff. It's really neat. Like, it's modular, duh, but meaning there's you can just install the races if you just wanted the extra races, but you didn't want to mess with the powers, or you can install the races in the Jedi, but you don't have to put the lightsabers in, for instance. So it's pretty optional how far you go with it, but it's fun. Did my watering each day, but the weeding was awful. Gardens are hard. Yeah. I want irrigation for mine, but I can be more lazy. Now you see you have one of the 2 monitors to your stream. I'm still playing. You have my split attention. Well, that's okay, buddy. I'll take partial attention. Got to go full dark side, Brian? That's right. Actually, I was thinking the Let's Play series would be based around the concept of the rule of 2. One of my favorite Star Wars novel series is Darth Bane. And there's a trilogy. I've forgotten the actual proper titles of the book, but they center around the character of Darth Bane. And this is still considered canon, by the way, because Disney, when they bought Star Wars, they canceled a lot of my favorite novels. Said they're not canon anymore, but this one still is. And Bane, at the time in which he becomes a Sith, there are hundreds of other Sith. There are thousands of Sith. There's also thousands of Jedis, but there's a literal war going between the Sith Lords and the Jedi Knights. There's a war. They're fighting it across the galaxy. This time period, by the way, takes place thousands of years before the events of the movies. But Bane realizes, because he goes into studying the old masters and stuff, and he's a dark side character, he's a Sith obviously, but he realizes that the Sith are in error, that they shouldn't have so many, that they diluted the powers that they could potentially tap into, and he reinstates the rule of 2. It's really great because he starts as nothing, just as a low-level Sith who's got some powers, but he rises up and eventually, spoilers, takes over the entire dark side. And the rule of 2 states that there can only be 2 dark side wielders at any point, the master and the student. And at any point, if the master becomes weak, the student must step up and challenge. And you see that in the movies. That's how the Ruler 2 is in the movies, but it was Darth Bane who reinstituted it from that point onward. So it's, anyway, just a little Star Wars lore, which I love because that is my favorite trilogy of books. But what's going on, Jason Chance? How's it going? All right, so let's see. We've been grilling up some deliciousness. Oh, okay, we got some rice finished. We've still got 96 meat sitting here. Might end up going to rot. This jaguar is staring at Blue. You bastard. Go for the bird or something. Now, let's switch gears and focus now on a little bit of construction. We've got plenty of food going, Blue, so get those traps finished, please, sir. And let's get this research bench made. All right, so we're trapped up. I don't know if those are going to be very good, but they're there. Did he mine this yet? No, it's probably what he's coming to do right now. What are you doing, Blue? Chopping wood. All right. So anyway, the whole reason I brought that up is because I was thinking of doing a Let's Play series where we have a single character who is like a dark side Sith Lord who was going about the world seeking his apprentice, looking for an apprentice, essentially. And he would use one of the grav ship shuttles to like jump from, you know, colony to colony or small little raid. And he would just basically find someone who is force sensitive, because that's one of the traits that the Star Wars mods adds is your pawn. Some pawns in the world can be like force sensitive and stuff. Yeah, so it wouldn't. And then once he finds some, you know, force sensitive pupil to abduct, he would take them upon his shuttle, move, and find a place to establish like a Sith, you know, temple or whatever. And that would be when we go into the colony side of it. We'll see. We'll see. I think it can be done. I mean, honestly. I would probably need to go into creative and like build the ship first for it to work the way I want it to work. But I don't think that's a big deal if we make it just a part of the storyline. You know, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that necessarily, but should have a beautiful psychopath pawn. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, if you guys ever get bored and you have like some extra time, check out those books, those Star Wars. Some of the Star Wars novels are trash. A lot of them are trash these days, unfortunately, but the older ones are really good. Star Wars are the past. A long, long time ago in a galaxy far away stumbles some people. Yeah, as a kid, I was never like, I didn't understand Star Wars. Like, as a young kid, I wasn't super into it. My dad wasn't into it, so like he never like watched it with me or anything. I think I might have watched it with him once, but I did, like I said, I never understood it until I watched it with a buddy much later when I was like a freshman in high school, and he was like super into it and stuff, and he kind of, you know, made a lot more sense of it for me. I don't know. But yeah, that was one of the things that threw me off. You know, you read the title card and you're like, wait, so there's humans in like a galaxy that's far away? And it's like, I didn't get it. I don't know. I was also kind of thrown off by Game of Thrones, too. When that first came out, I was like, so wait, are they on Earth? Because they have winters that last for like years and years, but this is supposed to be Earth? But yeah, eventually you just have to kind of accept it and just not worry about it, really. Tolkien did a good thing when he established this is Middle Earth, you know, it's a different place. It's got different continents and islands. The oceans are different, because then it's just very clear that, okay, this is all fantasy. And for people like me who are very slow, that's good. You have an uncle who is obsessed with Star Wars? Yeah, there's quite a few folks like that. All right, so we've got what we need. Don't worry about digging any more out there, buddy. We've already set up the research. We're going to go with complex furniture. So now is the point where we go out and hunt some more plain leather stuff. Do we have llamas, or what is it, alpacas on the map? No. I think capybaras give plain leather. They're all over here at the edge. Tapir? Does the tapir drop it? All right, this guy's inside our little spot. Oh no, it says pigskin. Damn it. For the Star Wars playthrough, you gotta be a Dark Jar Jar Binks. I don't know if Gungans are one of the races. They might be, because there is a races mod, that adds all the, well, not all, but a lot of the Star Wars races. I don't know about Gungans, but that would be hilarious. Wasn't there another ground guy around? I think we killed all 3 of them. Oh, there was another one. Good call, Mongoose. See, Mongoose is keeping track. Me, I'm just over here babbling about Star Wars. Hey, what's going on, Edvard? Hey, buddy. Oh, we lost some meat, but that's okay. Thanks for coming by, playing some War Crime Simulator. You know it, buddy. We're trying one of the harder runs, too. So we've got 1 colonist. We started in the jungle, naked and afraid. We had nothing. Not even, just a really nice hairstyle is all we had. And we're playing on the losing is fun difficulty with Randy Random. So appreciate you coming by, buddy. So many crimes, so little time. That's right. Yep, just having some fun, my friend, talking about Star Wars books and everything else here. Naked Jungle Boy like Tarzan. That's right. The Jungle Book. Rudyard Kipling. Mini Mongoose, I brought this up to you before because your name, Rudyard Kipling, the author of Jungle Book, wrote another book called Rikki Tikki Tavi, which is about a mongoose. It's about a mongoose who saves a family. And it was made into a little animated, short movie, which I used to love as a kid. Rikki, you can look it up. I don't think the full movie's on YouTube, but you can watch certain cuts from it, which is a little disappointing, but... Oh, the mongoose that saves the family. Uh-oh, the jaguar. There used to be a way to see how full or how much food these animals needed. I thought there was. But I don't see that now. Huh, maybe there was a mod I don't have. It's the thing about playing with so many mods, and then with me, I set the game aside for a couple of months, maybe even more than a year. You kind of forget, what mods are what, which ones are working, which ones have stopped being updated, But overall, the mod scene for Rimworld is still so active and robust. It's really great. One of the best, no doubt. One of the best. All right, Blue's getting tired. We've got more than enough food, but, there's no such thing as too much food. So we are going to cook some more in the morning, but let's see. Maybe we can force him. Yeah, okay, he's going to make some tribal wear. That's what we want to do. Get them all covered up, people. Let's get them covered up. This is a decent family-friendly stream here, so boom, there we go. They're poor quality. It's all right. Put it on, buddy. I don't want to force him to wear it. He's just going to have to wear it of his own volition. That's right. Put it on. No. Oh, there's so many things for the kitty to hunt. You'll probably be more. Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm not going to try and take the cat on yet. No, we'll be cool. We'll be cool. There he goes. Blue. He's a proper man. Now, we're going to try and exhaust the foods that we have, the raw foods here. We're going to cook these, but that should give us a nice little stash of pemmican. And then we're going to turn inward, folks. We're going to focus on research a little bit, and we're going to knock out complex furniture. So that means we got to go to speed number 4, and we got to just kind of sit back. Rare Thrumbo. Oh. Now, Thrumbo's awesome. As I kind of mentioned earlier, we can extract genes from Thrumbos and cross them with other animals, really fun, and we will do that, but that is going to require us to tame some Thrumbos or kill them outright, but I prefer taming them. Now, obviously, we can't do it yet, but another cool thing, there's a mod right here. I think it's called Thrumbo Expanded, and it adds Thrumbo milk. It's called Thrumbo Extension, and it adds Thrumbo milk. In addition, which is like a medicine. Its drug category is medical. In addition, they also shed wool now too, which the listings are here. Yeah, Thrombo wool type, which is a very valuable. And as you might expect, pretty warm and beautiful too. All right, there we go. All right. It's enough talking about thrombos. Let's move, people. Oh, you know what? Before we get too crazy into researching, how much wood? One thing I want to do. One quickie. Little quickie. Blink. Plunk. All right, this is going to be our prison, everybody. This is where the hated prisoners will sleep until we can convert them to the ways of practicalism. I don't think I have enough wood, so that was stupid. Oh! Yeah, let's get some more wood. Choppa choppa. Game's a little bit laggy occasionally. It's probably because I got 2,000 mods in it. What is this, a prison for ants? You better believe it. Look how quick he got it up, though, you know? It's the benefit of building ant-sized prisons. Oh, okay. I don't care about that. That's nice. It's a nice little prison with a tree growing directly in front of the door. That's helpful, Blue. All right, Blue's researching, everybody, so let's speed it on up. I'm just going to leave that available for right now. We'll have that drop later. I think if it drops on the map now, it drops the floor stuff. Or I forgot what it's called, but it drops the stuff like partially that you use to build walls with, which is just going to increase our wealth right now. So we're not going to do that. Stockholming some new colonists. That's right, buddy. This is our I almost said perversion. No, this is our conversion layer right here. It's not our perversion layer. That was a Freudian slip, which I caught before I said it, and then I went ahead and shared it anyway. All right, so let's see. What are we doing? Our garden. It's out of control. I need more psychoid. This is not going to be enough. My man is going to go on a psychoid binge here. No, we don't want too terribly much, but it's in low fert, so it's kind of crap. Look at that. Blue is so smart. He's 50% done. But no, we do have the precept for fast research, just because starting off as tribal is great. But yeah, it kind of makes it hard. Because on this difficulty, we are going to get hit with mech raids. Not right away, but relatively early. We will see mechs before we're ready for them, almost certainly. All right, so we're going to move this real quick while I'm thinking about it. Let's put this boy right up here. Actually, that's pretty far. Let's put it over here. It's pretty far from, like, this area is what I'm thinking, because they're going to have to walk all the way up here to meditate, which this is a little bit closer, but it's still far enough away from everything that it won't cause trouble. This is how we do it. All right, let's go. Why not right by the base? Well, because it will get the penalty for constructed stuff, within the radius. Eventually, we'll probably, move that, or not move it. We'll probably build inside the radius, but for right now, we'll just keep it without the penalty. I love a good tech skill tree. What's going on, Mama Jama? That's one thing I never do is install any of the mods to adjust this text tree. I probably should, though. I need to get used to some of those. But as you can see, we've got a ton of tabs up here that add. Here's my favorite, the prosthetics. Look at this. Oh, we've got everything from things that affect sleep here with circadian assistance. If we install these, our pawns only sleep like half the time, if at all, and stuff like that. We got brain surgery, glitter world implants. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. AI chips, let's go. AI persona core implant. just showing the wayward colonists the true path to enlightenment. Read manipulating and torturing people to indoctrinate them into the cult. That's right. Who wouldn't want to be in the ground floor of a cult, you know? Come on, people. You got to start somewhere in life. Every cult started with just one or two freaks who were just really, really dedicated. You know, that could be you guys. You regularly start cults. Let's speed it up. Now, my brother and myself, to a degree too, we were obsessed with Jim Morrison growing up. You know, the Val Kilmer movie. Really, really great. Obviously, his portrayal of Jim Morrison was just like spot on. But you know, his writing and his poetry was so moving, especially as a young person. I don't think that's a shock to anybody, but you know, he had that line in the movie where he says, what does he say exactly? Let's plan a murder or start a religion, something like that. I think there was like a third thing he said too, but it's just one of those lines. I don't know. It's funny. Sticks with it. They're out in the desert, like tripping on peyote. So of course he's being weird and stuff. But yeah, Jim Morrison was one of a kind for sure. I've talked about it before, but there's a video. You can look it up on YouTube. Look up Jim Morrison predicts the music industry, because he and this is like back in the 60s before he died. It was pretty late in his career, but it was before he had moved to France. And he's literally asked, like, how do you see music going into the future? And he's like, I can see one individual in a room by themselves using digital instruments or digital methods for creating music. Basically invented like the whole like modern way of making music and stuff. It's incredible. Watch the interview. It's only like a 3-minute long video, so it's pretty short, but check it out. He was a brilliant dude, in addition to being, you know, a crazy mofo. Is that the lemur? Yeah, we got a maddened lemur here, people. Blue, you've been locked in. You're not going anywhere, buddy. We didn't trip any of our traps, but what's this? Oh, a bird got killed. Oh, no. It's all right. We're just going to ignore it. Let's see. Butchering is fine. What's our next thing? What are we focused on here? Oh, we got a shaman merchant. Let's go. Now, we don't have much to trade, but they'll probably take care of this stupid lemur for us. Oh, look, they got one of these devil sheep. Look at these. Look at these. Devil ram sheep. This thing right here. Alpha animals. Once again, oh my god, these pictures are nightmare fuel. This thing sheds devil strand. Yes. It's very long, though. It's like a... yeah, it's like a long interval between the time, but those are cool. Those are cool. Those are cool. Devil sheep. Complex furniture. Let's go. All right. We want to... let's go stone cutting next. Complex furniture is brilliant. How much wood do we have? Not much. So first thing we want to build is this food basket right there. In fact, let me move that again. No, on second thought. Right there. There you go, Big Blue. Good job, buddy. All right. Is the stupid lemur out here still? No, I think they killed the lemur for me. No, no madden lemurs. All right, so we can open the front door back up. Let's go, people. You think you've seen that before? Another person's tripping, you forget to watch it and just realizing. I've got several Doors records on vinyl. Wow, my dad was a DJ at an Air Force base, and I inherited all those records. I'm a big fan of Morrison. Yeah, true visionary in a lot of ways. Really, really great artist and musician. You know, he also pushed the boundaries for free speech, too. He wasn't super political. I mean, he was and he wasn't. You know, he had the beliefs and stuff, but he was arrested on stage for exposure, but all he did was, like, he stuck his fingers, like, outside of his pants. So he simulated exposing himself. He did do that, but you know, and he did it because he knew that there were police in the audience. You know, he'd been like warned about it, I believe, or he was just generally misbehaving, drunk and probably on acid or whatever. But you know, even though might not have been motivated by the purest political reasoning, he still did push the boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And that's a legacy that we still live with, thanks to him. Unfortunately, in a lot of ways, it's being challenged. But what's up, Theogard? How you doing, my friend? Thanks for coming by. My sister used to do that with her friends, the old fingers through the fly trick. Exactly. And of course, he did it live on stage in front of tens of thousands of people. Like I said, after he had been warned that the police were like there watching, you know. But it's in the movie too. It shows him doing it in the movie too. But he was arrested for that. Although I don't know what ended up happening with that exactly. If it was dropped or whatever, that's something I don't recall. But yeah, love the guy. Jimi Hendrix was another classic too, but tragic life. It's fun. You can watch some of Jimmy's old performance. You can watch. There's There's videos of his performance at Woodstock on YouTube. You know, they're not the best, but they're also not the worst. Like it's pretty clear. Some of the zooms and stuff are a little bit cheesy, whatnot, but it's cool. All right, let's see. Let's trade with the shaman, even though I have a feeling there's not going to be much we can trade, but maybe we can just dump something. Well, we could dump our food, which wouldn't be smart, really. I would love to get one of these animal pulsars, but nah, nothing really to deal with, so. I guess here's an idea. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the trader to help us kill the big cat. Look at this dude. He's up here killing my stuff. That's my pebble mint, or pebble mitt. All right, here we go. Come on, get up here, Blue. So this is another great mod right here. See the red circle? Every time I hit the control button, it shows me Blue's range of fire. If I hold it down like that, phenomenal mod. It's just called Range Finder. That's all it does. Oh shit, there's a raptor shrimp. Or no, this is a blood shrimp. This is one of those things, like, you don't think of a shrimp being like a dangerous type of animal until you realize that size matters with these animals. Have you guys ever heard of a mantis shrimp? A mantis shrimp? They're also known as thumb splitters by divers. They have the ability to use their claw, and it moves so fast. They use it to knock out prey, you know, but it can literally like break aquariums and stuff. It can break bones. I think it's even been measured before that it has the ability to like break sonic levels. I don't think it's like breaking the sound barrier, nothing that extreme, but it's just extremely forceful punch. You know what I'm saying? Rocky of the Sea, that's right. And it's like, if you could take an animal like that and scale it up to the size of a bear or something, it would be insane. It would be a monster, essentially. All right, Blue is just standing here while I talk. And that's what these are. These shrimps here. It's easy to imagine insects like, oh my God. You know, if you scaled up like a praying mantis, that would be nightmarish too. Or a, what's it called? The dragonflies that we used to have. All right, so I don't actually want to kill it. So let's turn off run and gun. I mean, we do want to kill it. I'm just trying to get the caravan to do it for me. But we don't want to get in the middle of the crossfire. There they go. Murder the jaguar. Take them out. Delicious. All right, good job, Blue. You got your best friends in all the world to do your dirty work for you, buddy. Do you feel proud of yourself? He does. He does. He told me so. Panther fur. It's like the surface of the sun and the energy they create. Yeah, the statistics on the mantis shrimp punch is wild. All right, let's let's get this and this. It's crazy what Mother Nature has accomplished through organic means. I mean, like eels that can discharge electricity and stuff. And I think I was watching something like the guy who invented the first battery, which was a very primitive, and it's not like the same type we use today, obviously, but he was modeling it off of his dissection of an electric eel, I think. I have to double check that, but it's just astounding what, have you guys ever heard of that bug that has literally got gear? It's a gear. It has a mechanical gear, just like we would put in a machine, but it uses it like it's evolved that in its hip joint or something like that, so it can jump really high. It's just a tiny little bug, but it literally has a gear, and you can look at it, like you can look at the pictures of it, and it's just it's a gear, is what it is. It's incredible. I talked about the wasp yesterday in yesterday's live stream. Hey, thanks for the follow there, Takeover. Appreciate that, buddy. We talked about that wasp, but the one that can mask its scent and use the pheromones of ants to infiltrate an ant colony. And what it does is it lays its larva with the ant larva, and then the ants will take care of this wasp larva as though it's their own, because they essentially don't know what it is. They think it's another ant. Think about that. So there's this alien organism, there's this wasp that's able to infiltrate a hive, of ants. The ants literally don't see it. They're unable to detect it. You know what I'm saying? Now, ants are very primitive. They don't have the same neurology that we do. But imagine that. Think about it. There's already precedent in the animal kingdom for an organism which can completely mask itself from its prey, from essentially what is like a prey or a parasitic relationship. Could there be other organisms like that which prey on humans? In fact, there's a science fiction novel called Blindsight by Peter Watts. Really great book. Recommend it. But in it, one of the ideas in that is that vampires did exist. There was a species of hominid which preyed on other hominids during like the early evolution of, humans on Earth and stuff, when there were still like Neanderthals and Homo erectus, when there were many species of hominids. One of them was a vampiric type, a parasitic type of hominid, which could mask itself from other humans. So we had no idea that these things even existed, except through the myths and the stories, that are told and stuff, the glimpses that they have. And they actually explains in the book, like how the vampire could evolve that. They don't use pheromones like the wasp does with the ant, but they use our vision against us, essentially. That's why the name of the book is Blindsight. Because I don't want to go into it too much because it gets very complicated and I don't fully understand it, but there's this phenomenon of our sight. It's called saccades, I believe, saccades, something like that. But when you look around a room, you think you're seeing the entire room, but your eye is actually jumping from point to point. It's not a smooth visual like a camera. Your eye jumps, it stutters, and there are literally portions of the room that you don't see. You're not seeing it, but your brain fills that in. It's almost like an AI would just fill in missing parts of a picture with the best it can do, like a blurry smear almost. The vampire uses those saccades. It moves between the points of vision we can't see. You know what I'm saying? And so it's basically a highly reflexive being and stuff like that. But it can't be perfect, So there are going to be points where you'll see it visually out of the corner of your eye, but too late, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's a really interesting concept. And like I said, there's precedence for it in the animal kingdom. It's amazing what you can extrapolate from existing organisms, things which are already out there. And the insect world is no exception. In fact, that's where a lot of the most interesting stuff happens. Ants are farmers. Ants literally farm aphids and stuff like that. All right, so what are we doing? Blue is researching. We're working on stone stuff. Let's get a new bed in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete this. Let's replace the prisoner bed with our current bedroll, and then we're going to set up our own bed. We will use the classic furniture bed. Thank you very much. Do we want the diamond pattern or the weird symbol? It's not a, I think it's a flower. We'll go with the flower. Blue's in a flowery mood right now. Let's go blue. Whoop, what did just happen? Blammo. All right, do you have enough wood? Yes, you do. Build yourself a bed. All right, so that's going. We're working on stone cutting. We're real good on food right now. We're working on stone cutting because I would love to get this built. The sooner we get our fortifications built, the better we're going to be. But we might just want to come out here and deconstruct some of this as opposed to waiting to research and then having to go through and just like knock out all the stone ourselves. I think we'll deconstruct some stuff. I had so many aphids on my Brussels sprouts, and the garden YouTube videos promised my future ladybugs to eat them. I didn't see any ladybugs. Yeah. I don't know what the best way to get rid of aphids is. Don't know. Sure, Mama Jama, what's your question about Cataclysm? I don't mind. Insects are interesting. I went to Australia for 3 months and saw some wild insects and spiders, very diverse. Definitely Squelch, 100%. You know, I still, like, my brain still has that latent, like, mammalian trigger whenever I see bugs. Like, I feel like they're crawling on me sometimes, or I'm just repulsed by them. But I'm also equally fascinated by them, you know? And I realize that without insects, we wouldn't have anything that we have. I mean, the whole biosphere would collapse without, you know, insects are foundational to life on this planet, the way it is. How do you see where pain is coming from? Oh, that's a good question. Other than the health screen, which just shows you your limbs, I don't know if there is an exact way to see like where the pain is coming from. It's probably just coming from injuries. Are you totally uninjured, Mama Jama, but you're still getting pain? Is that what's happening? I want to plant more things to support more insects. You know, it's crazy, and I don't know, this is just my own anecdote, but I feel like from the time I was a kid and the amount of times I've spent outdoors, I feel like the insects, the population, at least in my local area, has diminished quite a bit. I don't know, it used to be when I would go out late at night in the summer, you know, I go to like a fast food place and you look up at the lights. I mean, they used to be just swarming with bugs, you know, like it was thick. Like you wouldn't want to go near it. You wouldn't want to walk under it because it was, you know, a bug might collide and fall on your head or something. But I don't seem to notice as much insect activity these days. I don't know. Again, that's totally anecdotal. I've never heard anything to support like that there's a, other than bees, obviously. But I mean, it's also no secret that people try and exterminate bugs every day. You know, no injury, but a bit of pain. It is probably, as Theo says, you might have tried to move some furniture. Also, what's your weight? How much weight are you carrying? If you're like way over your weight capacity, that could be causing you pain. But other than that, no, if it's not a physical injury, I don't think there's a way of detecting the source of pain. Although that's a great question, and you know what? I could be totally wrong about that. So don't necessarily take what I say as gospel. You know, I do play a lot of Cataclysm, but I definitely don't know everything about it. That's for sure. Let's see. As a kid, the cicadas were loud and you could find them almost on every tree these days. It's rare. That's right. It's weird. I mean, I don't think there's like some conspiracy. I think it is probably just the active war that humans have been waging against bugs, you know, in our modern age to exterminate them and to minimize their numbers, both for protection of crops and things like that, but just also because they're annoying, you know? And they do spread diseases and stuff. 100%. I mean, there are definitely beneficial insects, and there's so many variables out there, especially in like an ecosystem, a real world ecosystem. You can never predict. Like, you might say, I used to think about this, you might say mosquitoes, for instance. Is there any bug which is just absolutely worthless that we could just literally extinct and the world would be a better place for it? And my answer would always go back to mosquitoes. Mosquitoes spread disease, they're parasitic, they drink the blood of everything. They're gross, they're annoying. When you go through like a swarm of them, it's the worst. But they don't have many redeeming qualities. Wasps. But there's, again, so many variables we don't know. And we also don't have a full understanding of genetics. You know what I mean? There's going to be a point in the future where humans are masters of genetics, possibly. This is, again, maybe some science fiction coming through. We're going to deal with the raid here in a minute. But if we start to extinct species now, all that we're going to be doing is depriving our future selves, future humans, of genetic pools, genetic databases, information, the very like language of life itself. They'll never be able to get these strands of DNA back when we extinct a species like a mosquito or something like that. And that's a very loose reason, not to, swat every mosquito that you see, but it's there, it's a possibility. Like I said, there's so many variables. You can't count it out. All right, so we've got a raid. Let's see our very first one. Threat points used 37. The Cancer Society coming at us, trying to give me cancer. So one thing we're definitely going to be looking at is for potential recruits. For every raid we get, we're looking for recruits. But she ain't it. Our girl Bark Packy, she ain't it. She's not the one. So we're just going to let her chill until we're ready to squish her. Climate change has a lot to do with it, in my opinion. I wish we had good maple trees in the U.S., but Canada has a monopoly on that. But figs, yeah, I need them wasps. That's another thing. You talk about extincting wasps, and wasps cover a huge amount of variety. There's so many different kinds of wasp out there, and some of them are beneficial. Not many, but there are some. Actually, I mentioned this briefly the other day, but the smallest flying organism that we know is a type of wasp. Colloquially, they're known as fairy flies. I don't know what their true scientific name is, but it's a type of wasp. But these creatures are so small. You can see them. They're not actually microscopic, although they are on the border of the microscopic, like a little bit smaller, and they would not be visible with the eye. But they can fly. They're able to fly. Their wings aren't even structured like normal insect wings. If you look at pictures of these things, their wings are weird because at that scale, the atmosphere is almost more of a liquid. It's more like viscous, like honey would be, if you're trying to fly through honey at that scale. But scientists have been using these fairy flies to examine their brains. Believe it or not, they have like a total, and don't quote me on this, they have an extremely small amount of neuronal connections. So when one of these fairy flies is hungry, they can literally detect what part of the brain, which neuron is firing in response to the hunger. You know what I'm saying? And so they can literally map out this neuronal behavior on this tiny insect. And why does that matter? Because it's essentially the same system we have in our brain. It's just much, much smaller. You know what I'm saying? It's these neurons which are connected and they receive these electrical signals and stuff. So by understanding this most basic form, it's giving us insight into our own brains. And whether you believe it or not, these insects are aware. They have a certain awareness of the world around them. So somewhere in those tiny little brains, there is a consciousness. There is, even if it's the most tiny little spark, there's still this I am. There's still this consciousness which sees the world, detects it through its little bitty eyes. Somewhere in those neurons, there exists the same thing which is acting in our brains to cause consciousness, just on a much smaller scale. But it's there somewhere. We just don't know. Please, so wrong about seemingly asshole insect. My background. I went to school originally to study English as a teacher. I was going to teach high school English, but I didn't finish my bachelor's degree. So I dropped out and just started working in retail and stuff. But yeah, my background in education. I did go to university for 3 years, just didn't quite finish, sadly. But it's not really something I regret that much. Honestly, if I had gone into teaching, it would have been at the worst possible time. I would have probably been about just getting tenure when the pandemic hit. And honestly, to tell you the truth, just looking at the state of education in America right now, yeah, I'm very glad that I'm not a teacher. It's a noble profession, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a masochist. You know, I don't enjoy pain or putting myself through torture. And that's essentially what it is. All right, here we go. So let's break out our boy. He's going to stand at the door while we cheese this raid out. Oh, we don't have any guests yet. All right, so she's coming in hot. She did not even go through my thing at all. She's 10,000 feet away from it. So this is worthless to me. All right, here she comes. Here she comes. Let's get him out here. Since she's melee, we can basically just kite her around. We do need to get these embrasures built, though. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, Blue, what are you doing, bro? Hit her. Right down to autosave, right? Hit her, bro. Hit her. There we go. Okay, 1 hit, and that'll slow her down. 2 hits, and we've got it. Nice. All right. Yeah, somebody suggested earlier we harvest her organs. It's not a bad idea, but number one, we don't have any medicine yet. Number two, she's dead now. And that would also increase our wealth pretty drastically. So I don't think we want to do that. Yeah, we'll take her skull, though. Good job, Blue. You did it. First raid. You killed her. You're a murderer. She on juice. She's so fast. I don't know now. But, she might have been on some sort of, what's it called? Psychoid-based drug. What's he doing? Oh my God, he's swimming over here in this gross swamp. Don't swim in the jungle swamp, Blue. That's not healthy. Certainly don't urinate while you're in there. Here in North Carolina, teacher salary was darn near poverty level before the recent votes. Well, JJ Takeover, I hope that those votes have helped the situation. Yeah, that's one thing I know that's quite common. You know, both my parents were teachers. My stepfather was in administration. My real father taught high school. My mom taught grade school. And so I know the plight of the teacher quite well. And I know that it's very common for teachers to be forced to spend their own money just simply to provide school supplies for their students, you know, which is a goddamn crime. But don't get me started on that. We got all our political discussions out of the way yesterday, so we won't dive into that. Teacher masochist here. I'm sorry, Mama Jamma. Listen, like I said, I don't mean to denigrate the teaching profession at all. Not at all. Not at all. Quite the opposite. If I was the ruler of the world, all teachers would make the equivalent of what professional basketball players would make, you know? And in fact, all professional sports would be on a volunteer basis, you know? Like, those funds should be put towards education. Oh, good. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't. Reminds me of the teacher draft skit. I don't know if I know that one. I have to look that one up. Yeah, it's an important profession. I guess in some ways I do regret not going into it. You know, one thing I do love, growing up with teachers, going to my dad's school as a kid and visiting the high school he taught at, I came to love being in school. I didn't always love the classes, especially in high school. When I got into college, I did thoroughly enjoy all the classes I took, except Spanish. But I just like being in an educational setting. There's something about being on campus or in a school. It's just great. It's a safe place, typically, hopefully, most of the time, which is focused on learning. Which is so important in my life personally. It was a skate a while ago by Key and Peele. I love those guys. The one they did with the substitute teacher, where he's expecting them all to pronounce the names differently. That's hilarious. One of the greatest skits of all time. Skits of all time for sure. All right, speed it up. We got our first batch of medicine in, though. That's a big deal. It is going to increase the colony wealth, but at the same time, that's totally fine. I do not care about that. We need more, in fact. All right, Blue, what are you doing? He's cleaning blood. Why? It's a great question. Okay, get over here, Blue. What are we doing? So, researching the stone cutting. I did deconstruct some stone, but that's certainly not enough. Oh, there's a couple things I forgot to do. Not a big deal, but let's put up this skull spike there. Let's put a ritual spot here. And we'll put a caravan spot right there. Get out of here, rat. Nobody wants you. Teachers should be paid well. The country doesn't want educated kids questioning authority. That's right, Squelch. No, you're right about that, my friend. Again, I don't want to dive too much into the politics, but no, you're dead right. You're dead right. I mean, it's no accident, that the education system is so poorly funded. It's not an accident. Oh, shoot. Talking about insects earlier, this guy right here, you guys, if you've never played with the Alpha Animals mod, this is a Thermodon, a large black spider that has been augmented with volatile chemical glands. This thing right here can spit fire, essentially. It's pretty devastating creature. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, it's hunting. It's affected by malnutrition. We do not want this thing in here with us. I wanted to be so many things going on. I wanted to be an X-Man. And a Ninja Turtle. All right, so we've got ourselves a pawn. What are we looking at? Male baseliner. His name is Humps. Big Ralph Humps Brock. All right, let's look. I'm going to build up the suspense a little bit here for Big Humps. Let's look at his bio. See what he's made out of. Tough, nervous, beautiful. 14 in animal handling. Wow. Melee pawn. 53 years young. It's got a torso scar. Incapable of intellectual and artistic. That hurts. That hurts a lot right there. I don't know, though. Having another gardener would be useful. I don't love nervous, though. Tough and beautiful's fine. Although I don't like the competition for the ladies. You know what? That seals the deal, actually. Now that I mentioned that, no, we're not recruiting a beautiful male. I'm just kidding. But no, we don't want him. We don't need him, do we, Blue? No, we don't. Stay away from us, Humps. I wanted to be an artist and an author, and when I got older, I also wanted to be a musician. I feel you. I'm right up there with you, Mongoose. Yeah, I mean, before I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to be a painter, I mean, I was well past that point. I mean, I already accepted that would never happen, but still, I had that aspiration. Man, is that Zoolander or something? That could be Zoolander. I love that movie. He does look, he's got like the little spit curl going on too, right there on his forehead. He's a looker, this guy. He's a looker. Look at his physique, too. It's pretty big. He's a beefcake. That's what you would describe him as, technically, as a beefcake. All right, now I'm kind of talking myself back into recruiting him again, actually. Why doesn't Blue just date him? Oh, we need to populate the colony with little baby blues. That's why. Little baby blues. Permanent summer, everybody. Let's get a little bit more wood on the situation here because we don't want to run out. The whole colony relies on wood. Oh, jaguar meat has betrayed me. How we doing on food? We're rocking and rolling. We got 512 pieces of the good stuff. Blue, did you not just go to sleep and wake up? What are you doing in bed again? Get to work. Oh, this Thermodon. It's just down here sleeping. Yeah, that's great. All right, he's researching again. Let's get him to... Oh, no. Oh. Let's get him to deconstruct some crap. Did it eat your crops? Is that what it was doing? I figured it came down here and hunted an animal, but you might be right. I don't even know what the hell this thing eats. It can eat raw meat or corpses. I have no idea. I don't know what it ate. Maybe it ate the corpse. Well, the next trader that comes by is going to feel the wrath of the Thermodon. All right, so Blue left these behind. Oh, crap, we got another raid. And I think it's from the Itakin, too. Yes, it is. Enemy raider, male Itakin, 40 years old, beautiful, nervous, misogynist. What is beautiful, nervous? Okay, well, he's a raider, so... Oh, that's the heat wave. Hold on. Graph. Show me the graph. No, show me the messages. They're attacking immediately. Okay. Close it up. Close it up. Close it up. Let's go. Where's Blue at? So this guy is also melee, which is good. We're going to be able to kite him around. But we got to get a good hit on him or two, or we could run into trouble. If we get locked into melee combat with this guy, that's going to be real trouble. So we want to avoid that at all costs. In fact, let's get on this side of the swamp. Come on, big dog. Get over here. Is he incapable of done labor and skilled labor? Yeah, that's not the kind of pawn we need. Come on, buddy. Hit him, Blue. Hit his ass. Bro. Come on. No. No. Oh, thank God. Headshot, too. Took off his little ear or something. I don't know. Oh. Took out his eyeball. Whew, man, that was close. We're not out of the woods yet. Got his right eye. Damn. Took an arrow to the right eye and he's still coming at me. What other choice does he have, you know? I often think about these early raids, like, what is the planning that goes behind this, you know, from their side? They're like, oh, we know of this new guy who's just moved in. We're going to send one person after him. Why don't you just double it up and at least send two? That might increase your odds a little bit. All right, anyway, we got him. He's dead now. It's soon to be. 126 degrees. Yeah, baby. It's hot. It's hot. It's 85 degrees inside. I'm glad we got that. What is he doing? Oh, he's up here getting those stones. Oh, he's gathering silver. Okay, he's in bed. Blue's got to sleep. They want to steal your underwear. Underpants thieves. Extract the skull. All right, so these guys are going to do some dirty work. They are going to kill this Thermodon for us. But first we're going to trade with them. All right. Let's wait for Blue to wake up. First thing he does is just wake up then, Blue, I guess. All right, what are we doing? What do we got? What do we got? Literally nothing. They don't want anything from us. And, all right, here's what we're doing. Watch this. Watch this, everybody. Stand in the doorway, Blue. Get in the doorway, Blue. Attack that weird thing. Attack it. Attack it weird. Oh, damn it, Blue. The worst. They have a lava snail? Oh, that's another thing. We were talking about animals that are crazy interesting, are really, really unique. Um, there's a snail. We've discovered a snail that only exists down at the bottom of the ocean around these thermal vents, but it literally uses iron as to like fill out its shell. No, it's not the shell actually. It's weird. You got to look this up. I've forgotten the name of it, but look up iron-shelled snail or something like that. Yeah, they're literal snails that use iron in their bodies. All right, it's raining. We don't have to worry about the fire. Blue, finish it off, buddy. Well, actually, hold on. How dead is it? Yeah, it's pretty dead. Just go back to bed, buddy. It'll bleed out. Free machine gun? Did somebody drop one? What? I don't think there's a machine gun on the ground. Doesn't it hit the weapons thing? Damn it. I think we can just look it up, though. There's no guns on the ground. Nothing labeled. Just a knife, yeah. It's unfortunate. That was from that Itakin. That's all right. No problem. No problem. All right. So the exotic goods dealer, they helped us out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. They helped us get rid of that Thermodon, which, as you saw, was pretty nasty little enemy. So I think what we're going to do, folks, is take a little bit of a break here. I will pause it. Let's just do a quick save, too. Save Jungle 1. But don't worry, the stream's not over. We will be back for more fun here very soon. I'm just going to hop up and use the restroom. So take a break, everybody. Grab some refreshments, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back, everybody. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for sticking around here. If you're just tuning in, we're about 2 hours into our first stream with this colony, starting off brand new with a single colonist here, but let's jump right back into it. You might just eat apples, had some super salty snacks. I love apples. Apples are great. So the fire's still going strong. That guy's not dead yet. Let's speed it up. We're going to buckle down to get focused here and start making a real colony. How many... Oh, there's their snail right there. The lava snail. What is this thing? Oh, this is added from Odyssey. This is vanilla. Huh. Their skin secretes thick slime that protects them from extreme temperatures. Huh. Okay. So we've got some stones, a little under 100 limestone blocks here. We can start to think of building some structure out of this. I would prefer granite here, but limestone's not bad. Okay, speed it up. Come on, Blue. What are you doing? It's, I know, over 118 degrees out here, but I don't care. Get to work. All right, they're leaving because of dangerous temperatures. Cowards. Blue's just sweating. He's just sweating it out, people. All right, you know what, Blue? Take a quick moment to extract the skull of this dead corpse, and then let's put that into the swamp, please. Let's let that decompose properly. Second, skull spike for beauty purposes. To put the heads of our enemies in our living room. That's what everybody dreams of, right? War crime simulator. Banned in some small countries. No, that's not true, but okay, we're at 40 blocks. So we have a total of 80 blocks. Let's go ahead and deconstruct the rest of that limestone. And we'll deconstruct these two. So that's one side. Oh, we probably want doors there too, duh. We'll start with steel for now, but I'll change this to like plasteel or uranium if we get our hands on it. Big Blue, is he heat stroking out? Yeah, he's got a minor heat stroke. But he's in bed. Quit crying. Oh my god, it's 110 degrees indoors. Refuel, dum-dum. Oh, I never set this, did I? Cotton plant blight. Dang it. Did we get... Oh, we did get some. Is that all I've got, literally, though? Oh, no, it's spreading. That's a waste. Hold on, let's shrink it down then. A little bit, because we already got some here. Well, that stinks. Bled over into my psychoid. How dare you? All right, let me see. So what I actually want is to build this right here. We need 35 cloth. You know what? On second thought, let's expand that again. Blue's like, will you please make up your damn mind? Okay, we only have enough steel for one of these, so we're going to need to dig more steel out, possibly. Cool, cool, cool. Our boy's got some blocks going. Heatstroke is an easy way to die. You got to watch it. Will you do the war crimes run where you try to commit much war crimes as possible? Well, what I look at it from a very practical standpoint. We're just going to do whatever we can to survive. If that means we need to resort to cannibalism, yes, we'll do that. If we need to dissect enemies and sell their organs on the black market, yes, we'll do that. If we need to kidnap and abduct beggars who come by asking, so yeah, the answer to your question is yes. That's pretty much what I'm gonna do. All right, let's go. What is this combat supplier got? Damn, I want some combat supplies right now. Let's slap down a couple of zones. Everybody likes a good zone, you know? I think we'll just do this whole area, actually, as a zone. That's fine. Now, we're also going to place a bunch of traps on the outside of this wall, but I don't have the wood or the manpower for it yet, so we're just going to lay the zones down in anticipation. Bam. All right, let's talk to these jokers. You probably don't have a thing that you want to buy from me, do you? Snobs. Oh no, buy that smoke leaf joint for $5. Wow. Okay, that's decent. You know what? When I was growing up, we used to get 3 joints for $10. So this is good. We're making a profit over here. Bam. Well, we have 21 silver. It's not enough to buy a weapon, but we're starting off small, people. We got like 14 more back at the place. That's how it all begins. I don't know if we quite have enough limestone for this part right here. We're going to find out, though. How much rice are we looking at? Not much. Okay, that's fine. I don't like this mantis, or this blood shrimp right here. I don't like them. See, and also, now that we are starting to seal up this area, yeah, now is when we want to get these animals out of here. We do not want them behind our walls, unless they're tamed. So this shrimp might need to go. I think it's going to be significantly faster than me, though. Let's see if we can use our caravan friends here for this. Come on, come on. Hit it, Blue. Nice. All right. Makes that weird little skittering noise. It's like, ugh. So creepy. Listen to it. You hear it? Make the noise. Ugh. Oh God, it's catching up to Blue. Get him. Oh, this guy's going in straight up melee with his little machete. Oh my God. What just happened? Oh crap. That's, it's not raining. Get over here and turn out that fire, sir. Turn out the fire. You hear it? A little chittering sound. Sounds like, I don't know, the aliens from the movie Aliens. All right, there's fire. Come on, baby. Oh, oh, oh. It spread beyond the boundaries. Spread, Blue. Where'd you go, Blue? Oh, no. Our boy over here, Joni, is on fire. Rescue Joni. Where are we putting him? No, Joni, that's for prisoners, buddy. Hold on. We're going to have to do something. I need to have a couple of extra beds here anyway. Now that we've got wood beds, yeah, I should do that. All right, so this is for prisoners. So that means Blue has probably dropped this guy. No? Nope, yep, he dropped him. Rescue Joni. Now, what I'm going to do is just use our hands on him. So we're going to lay on hands like a paladin. No, in other words, we're not going to use medicine on this Joker. So let's get him laid out. We'll just hopefully heal him up and get a little extra faction influence. All right, no medicine for this guy. Lay on hands. That's it. Go to bed. Go to bed, Blue. Don't even think about healing him up, actually. We should probably heal him before you go to bed, Blue. Game froze up there for a second. What happened? going to put another bed like right up here. What is this quest? Oh, that reminds me. Reward preferences. We do not accept goodwill as a reward for our quests. Thank you very much. That's lame. All right. Honor +2. Defeat a group of imps. 2 imps. First group. Second. Oh, so there's 2 of them. Build a grave just in case. That's not a bad idea. I kind of want to accept this, but the rewards are garbage. I don't know. We could start with the honor. We could just start building up honor. That's not bad. We'll do that. We'll accept that. We've got the walls almost built, so raids are not going to be that difficult, at least initially. I say that, watch us get killed now. But, all right, Blue's really tired, everybody. Just chill out. Let Blue sleep a little bit, people. How much rice are we looking at now? Same amount as last time. So let's build the grave as advised. I like that idea. I don't know where to put it. Probably down here by the swamp, actually. We'll put 2 of them. Oh, no. Oh, thank God. You know what just happened? Joni just took a hit for the colony. He's not even a member. But Randy chose this point to randomly assign an illness to one of the people here. And boom. Oh, no, that was an infection. Never mind. I thought he got sick. Take it all back. All right, let's feed him some simple... He might not actually survive. Yeah, with that infection on him. Damn. But now we do need to get hit with an illness. Like if he throws sleeping sickness at us, this guy might get it. All right, what's happening? Build the bed. Oh, he's cooking. Let's see. Yeah, we do need this wall built here, so wait a second. All right, bring that in, bro. Blue, you can sleep when you're dead. I'm going to force him to get this wall built in the morning. I advise building a teddy bear to heal. It helps healing. Does it do anything for, like, beauty or something? What's it under? Classic, probably. Excuse me. Where is the teddy bear? Thought I was under this. I don't know. I have to. It was too hard to find it, so now I've lost interest. Okay, get the wall built, bro. Right, motherfucking now. Do it. War merchant. Let's go. Let's merchandise some war. The walls are up. We have sealed ourselves in. Our enemies cannot get to us now. Ooh, they got wargs. But that's just the first stage of building the wall. Oof. Oh, well. Nothing here. Can't do anything. Does add a little bit of beauty. That's also a little bit of wealth, too. Oh, he's going to be fine. He's going to pull through. Oh, we got our first batch of psychoid. Let's go. Time to drink. Time to drink and get tipsy. All right, what are we researching here? Butthead. Stone cutting? Yeah, we'll stick with that for now. We need to double down, though, on research and stuff. So... I'm not a big fan of moving traps because they can be set off accidentally, but I am going to move that one because it's essentially useless to us right where it's at, but it'll help much more right there. Let's hope he doesn't get hurt. Okay, he's fine. Now we're going to chop some trees down here in the vicinity of the front line. Here's something else I will do a lot of the time. Let's go ahead and do this. All right, I'm going to chop some wood down. This is kind of like a poor man's way of setting up a little trap. So we want a structure. I'm going to build a couple of wooden columns right out in front here, basically. So we'll put one right there. Let's not put it quite right there. Let's put it like down here. And put that one like right there. All right. I'm going to zone them. We're going to build these. And then he's going to put in roof over it. In fact, let's put a little roof over this. What the hell, dude? Quit swimming in the swamp, man. You're up to your neck in disgusting parasites and weird off-run and stuff. Get out of there. All right. Run off. Put a little thing over that. Now we're going to need some lights in here, which is super annoying. But, you know, Mini Mongoose, you did this last time when we played single player, and I think it was a really good idea. So I'm just going to grab... I just want a single shelf. Is that under... There it is, small shelf. That's what I want. So we're just going to do a small slate shelf, like right here, and we're going to keep wood in that for laying out all these traps that we're eventually going to place up here. And we'll also need torches, so... Just a couple. I don't like throwing down tons of torches when we're in tribal like this before we get to electricity because they have to constantly restock them, and then that's wood that I'm using for torches, which should go to like refilling the stove. So I try and keep these things pretty limited. We do want preferred, I guess. The only bad thing is, like, now all the wood is going to go here, and we won't have any in our main stockpile. So it's a little bit inconvenient in that way, but ultimately we're going to do a lot of wood building out here. All right, speed it up, Blue. Quit sleeping. Did our... Nope, our ward is still here, being healed. What is this guy? Sickly child, quick sleeper. 14 years old. It's good medical for a 14-year-old. Is this an imp? Look at the name on this one. Hey, Magdalia, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for coming by. Ooh, tortured artist. Xenophile. Nice. Tortured artist with a double passion. Neck scar. 10 intellect. I would like this pawn. I would like this pawn a lot. Tortured artist plus impid is kind of rough though, because the impids do have a permanent mood debuff. They have genetic pessimism, and this is a permanent too. So they're going to have mental breaks, no doubt about it. Does he have an animal passion too? Yeah. Even though genetically they have a handicap with animals, but they would be a good starter pawn to help us maybe tame like some chinchillas or something. Get some tortoise tamed up. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. He does have a bow and arrow. Did it say he's attacking now? I didn't even notice. Prepare for a while. Okay, so I don't have anything else going on up here, do I? No. How much stone? We got very little stone. Very efficient animal to farm. They're hard to kill too. Like, they're not the most deadly thing, obviously, but they're hard to kill, and they would give us a good start on reptile genes. Because remember, even though for early on we're just going to be basically farming them for meat and leather and whatnot, and for cute cuddles, later down the road we want a nice diversity of animals so we can start splicing their genes together. And yeah, having turtles around would be good, because then we can use the reptile genome, which is going to be, I'm sure, a nice one to combo with some stuff. It's been a while since I played with this genetics mod too. I'm really curious about how it's come along, you know, like what they've added. Hopefully they've added some stuff. All right, what are you doing, Blue? He's researching. Okay. I think after this raid we might... Oh, we got double raid. Okay, okay. We knew that the quest was going to hit us with 2. Is this guy striking us right away? I never look. Yeah. Xenophile, trigger happy, fast forward. I mean, not as good of a pawn as the other one, but not bad. I love a construction pawn. Pawn with construction passion. Joni's become a guest. God damn it, Joni. You're going to leave right now, aren't you? No, Joni's doing something. Scrounging food from Blue. Just go eat, bro. What the hell? All right, let's get Blue up here. What did this guy have? He's got a bow and arrow. So this is our first real threat here, because these guys can shoot us through the embrasures. And, of course, don't forget, these guys have flame breath, too. But it is raining right now. You should play some Rimworld on stream sometime. It's so good. I know that it's been released into 1.0, Magdalia. Yeah. It's one I've never played before. And I know it's getting a lot of traction with, like, you know, other streamers and stuff. It's a good suggestion, my friend. I'll have to look into picking it up. See if I can get it on sale. Yep. I would love to play it. Oh, okay. So the other imp is assaulting us. They're going to be coming in. So what's going to happen is he's not going to target me until we hit him. And then he's going to see us as the threat. And he's going to stop attacking the embrasure. But we are not a good shot right now. No, okay. So we just hit him. So now we need to take cover. Oh, yep. There it goes. Well, that Blue just danced right out of his way, didn't he? Now he's going to reposition. Hopefully he'll hit the trap. Give him a second. Give him a second. There he goes. Okay, he repositioned. Not into the trap, though. We'll let him bang his head against that wall. Let's take a shot or two at this guy. Okay, yeah. Blue a little bit closer. Blue is so bad at shooting. Oh, okay. We hit him. Fall back. Shit, it's burning. Oh my god, we just got nailed. This fire is not good. This is not good, but we have a kind of a natural fire break here because of the swamp. So it's not going to set our whole place on fire, but it is going to make it a lot more cramped for us to try and take these guys out. Yeah, that guy spit his fire super quick. Get out of the line of fire, Blue. All right, we're burned, but we're not bleeding or anything. Get what? Get over here. Yeah, the fire's going to be annoying, but it's not a threat. It's not a threat right now. Jesus, this guy's nailing me. Don't do it. Don't kill Blue. How? Watch him have like 0. Oh, his shooting is 4.25. Get out of here with that. What? How's that, you know? Man, I should have laid down more traps. Go into the trap. Go into the trap. Damn it. Alright, I'm going to let him attack that. We're going to try and target this guy because he's been banging away at this one for a little while now. Stop attacking that dude. Shit, Blue, shit. We're gonna have to have him heal up too, but... Yeah, that wood might burn, that's true, but that's okay, that's replaceable. Freaking impids. Well, oh, I wish you could hit this guy, Blue. He is leveling up his shooting, but that's a little consolation. We're going to have to pull him back and have him heal up shortly. I'd like to get another hit on this guy, though. For the love of God. Oh, my God. Yeah, it would be easier to get him if we were close, but then he's going to turn on us and start shooting once we hit him. So we've got to take that into consideration. The wall is fine. It's at 35%. It is getting close, but Jesus, man. So this is what I'm talking about. The braziers are good, but they're not the end-all be-all here, especially when your character's low. And, you know, again, I started him fairly low in certain skills like shooting, just because I didn't want him to be like the most overpowered pawn in the world. But all right, this is kind of comical at this point, bro. You're gonna have to fall back. How does somebody with a 4.25 shooting hit us 2 times in a row, and I can't hit that guy once with almost double that after like a dozen shots? All right, enough complaining. Let's tend to blue. Self-care. Yeah, this guy's going to break through this wall shortly, which is bad news bears for us. Bad news, no doubt. That's not what we want. But I think we might be able to plug one of these holes to give us a couple extra hours, and then we're going to have to come back to the fight. All right, get back in the fight, buddy. We're in no immediate danger. He's about to break through. Please, for the love of God, hit him. Please hit him, blue. Oh, okay, he broke the wall. He broke the wall. They're coming, man. Shh. This might be it, people. This might be it. Second thoughts. Here's what we do. We fall back completely. How we doing? Dead in 14 hours. We fall back completely. Move. Blue. Blue is super slow right now. Oh, good. He's attacking that thing. All right. We're going to try and trigger this troop of monkeys over here. See if they will attack. If I shoot at them. They're over here breaking stuff, which is perfect. We need to get as close to the door as we can. I don't know. This might not work. Because we are real slow right now. So I don't know if Blue's going to pull this off. I just scattered the damn monkeys. Oh, he's so slow. We're at 26% speed. Yeah, we're dead men here. All right, let's fall back, Blue. I hit him. Finally. Come on, Robin Hood, pull it off. Not all hope is lost yet. We're going to hold off here. Let's see. So he's actually going to die. This guy's not in immediate danger. Let's get him in here. Look at Jofi. He's totally oblivious, this guy. He might be able to save our asses. All right. So we are going... You're right. If they come in here, they are definitely going to set the base on fire. And that looks like what they're doing. I think they're going to go for Joni first. Yeah, Joni might be our last line of defense here. See? Yep. I can't force him to attack. Oh, shit, he's retreating. God damn it, Joni. I thought the guy immediately lays down in bed. You bastard. Oh. All right, they're going to set this shit on fire, aren't they? No, they're breaking it. Okay. That's fine. This guy... Limited lifespan. Blue, hurry up. Okay, he's in no immediate danger. Get over here, Blue. I don't know if this is going to work, but he is so slow. This is probably not going to work. Nice. Good hit, Blue. 11 hours. Come on, hit him. Hit him. Damn it, Blue. Oh, no. There are 2 of them shooting at him. All right, hold on. Hold your horses. Wall's at 53%. He's going for the hoop stone. Don't set. Wait. The other guy's moving too. Get that shot off, Blue. Oh, no. Blue just fell. Colonist needs rescue. Damn it, Blue. What happened, bro? No. I was hoping maybe we would see the man in black. But doesn't look like... What? No, damn it. I thought that was it. Oh, one of them dropped. That one dropped. This guy's in 10 hours. Let's see what he does. They have given up and are leaving. Oh no. If only we could have gotten up. Joni, help me, Joni. Joni, come treat my wound, sir. I did that for you. Okay, okay. It's not over yet. Hold on now. It ain't over. Ooh. Oh, ad. You know, I did turn my ads down on Twitch recently because I think Mama Jama mentioned it. I turned it all the way down to the lowest. So there should only be 30 seconds for every hour. All right. I honestly, I think we still might be screwed because I don't think he's going to get up on his own from this. If only I had healed that last wound. If only I had healed it. Because there's no way to get him up. And I don't think it's going to naturally heal enough at all. Oh, so we're just got to sit here and wait and wait. We got rated double. It was that quest, too. If I had not accepted this quest, we would have been fine. Or if I had, like, struck that one impid once. I don't know. There's a lot of variables. But, oh, we got back up. He's beating out the fire. Don't do that. Tend to yourself, buddy boy. Oh, my God. He got back up. It's not over. But it's on the ropes here, people. We are real close to dying. We did officially complete that quest, though. So, woohoo. Good job, everybody. We did it. All right. He's healing. The raider just gave up. Dude, he had us right where he wanted us. Why would he give up like that, you know? What was that about? Don't beat the fire out, bro. Where is the fire he's trying to... Oh, it's this. No, look at poor Blue's body. It's just covered with bandages right now. Buddy, here's what I want you to do. Consume some pemmican, drink some Psychi tea, and then just go to sleep. You just need to sleep off your wounds, my dude. I don't want to jinx it, so I won't say that's all right. No worries, no worries. Hey, I think that we might have gotten lucky here. Super lucky. Uber luck. Yeah, that was very poorly handled. I mean, it's difficult. It's just there was a lot of things I could have done better. But we need to prioritize getting those walls secured a lot better. Well, right now there's a big hole in them. Don't fuck with that guy. Joni did not help us when we were dying mere feet away from him, so we're not going to worry about him right now. Oh my gosh, everybody. All right, buddy. Oh, he's cleaning and he's in bed. No, don't sleep there. See if you were you're missing your emotional support teddy bear. I am. I need one in real life after that little ordeal right there. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Strack that skull. You better believe we're taking that guy's skull. Hey, all in all, though, we came out okay. Oh no, Joni, are you going to die? Oh, holy shit. I don't understand why he doesn't eat. If he became a guest, why not just eat, you know? Excuse me. What am I doing here? Okay. Tend to him, Blue. Just tend. No, 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 no. Rescue. Do not want to capture him. That would be a terrible mistake. All right. You going to feed his ass? There we go. Let's not let him die. I thought he was going to end up helping us a bit more, but he did get shot a couple times. Yeah. I mean, he kind of helped a little bit. It slowed him down, distracted him ever so briefly. All right. So we do have enough limestone to repair the wall here, but we really need to make an effort. They destroyed my damn shelf, Mongoose. Yeah, we need to make an effort to get this fully trapped up here. Gonna take Blue a while to heal up, but you need to walk your ass out of here, Joni. Look at that. We're better. Let's get this wall built. I mean, he's not fully healed, but he's feeling better, so I'm going to force him to do some work real quick. All right, hit that trap right there, buddy boy. All right, Joni, feed yourself, buddy. You don't need me to force feed you. All right, we're going to throw extra traps down right now. Not too crazy. I don't have a lot of wood. And Blue is like trying to rest right now, but I'm stopping him. Get up here, dude. Don't care about your healing. If you want to lay in bed, we'll all die. Barely pulled that one off, people. Barely. He became the human shield. That's right. Dude, oh, I should have locked the door on his ass. when he started to come inside, should have like forbidden the door. I don't know if that would have worked, honestly, but guess that's nothing to eat. Well, get out. Bro, there's food right there. Do I need to set it? We could recruit him. I don't know. Oh, you can trade with his dumbass? I wonder if he's got some stuff. Oh. I was just getting a little food, but I didn't have much. Wait, did he actually have silver? No. Okay. Blue's right back in bed. Will you get out of here? Just leave. All right, we're going to need more wood, undoubtedly, but we've got a bunch of it going up here. All right, he's got his work cut out for him. He does. He does. How do you gift? Wait, was there an option to gift? I didn't even notice that. What is he sleeping out here for? Bro, there's a bed right there. I'm not setting it to guest. I'm not doing that. Let's extract this guy's skull. Holitize him. And yeah. All right. Barely pulled that one off, people. Barely did it. Speed it up. Level 4 speed. Engage. We need better weapons. We need a butchering table again. Oh, thank God. I can't believe we almost sacrificed the whole colony for like 3 honor points. Look, I did get a decent amount of faction influence from Joni, though. Joni must have been an important guy. Oh, it went all stinky on us, Blue. Will you get up and eat, dude? Oh, great. More raids. Where are they at? What do they got? Let me look at them. They better be melee. Oh, thank God. Oh, this guy's weird looking. Look at that mustache he's got on him. Ugly. Jiminy. James Jiminy McGrath. Ugly. Sorry, buddy. No amount of facial tattoos are going to make you any prettier. He's beginning his assault. Snap to it, Blue. Get down here. Come on, you better get some shooting practice in here, dude. Watch his little shooting numbers just go up, up, up. Oh my God. Oh, he hit the trap. He's super pale. And he's dead. Let's pop off this man's skull. And we'll just leave him out there after that. A 15-year-old with that mustache. It's like in high school, and there's like that one guy as a freshman was able to like grow facial hair. Every guy was jealous of him. Till you actually start to grow facial hair, and then you're like, well, this is annoying. All right. How many skulls do we got? Multiple. Okay. It's all coming together now. Look at Blue cooking up some psychoid tea, whatever the hell it's called. Good job, Blue. Keep up the hard work, buddy. We need to get this Cobra out of here, probably. Hey, bulk goods trader, let's go. That's what we're hoping to see. There's a chinchilla here, but I don't have a butchering table. It's been collapsed by anger. All right, let's trade. Whew. All right, look at this. We can actually trade some stuff. Now, I'm just going to get rid of the cloth, even though I kind of want to save some of it, but... Ooh, what are we going to buy? I might just take their silver. They do have alpacas, but they're pretty high priced. I'm just going to take the silver. Start stockpiling a little bit of silver. All right, good job, Blue. Working on the fortifications. Headdress is always nice to have for the social boost. We've got the war mask. I don't think it gives us a boost to social. Pain. It reduces our pain shock threshold, or gives us more of a pain shock threshold. Who knows? Maybe that was the thing which allowed us to get Blue like up off his feet there when we thought all hope was lost. That might have been the one little stat. I don't know, though. I'm just blowing hot air. All right, let's see. We need more stuff built. Blue has no recreation. Yeah, I'm not really big on trading for clothing. Usually I'll wait till we can get our own production line going. Sometimes we might look at something. Oh, that reminds me. I do want to do a backpack at some point. We want Blue to make a backpack for himself. Bro, did you not ever fill that? There we go. All right. Bulk goods trader's gone. Things are looking good up here. Oh, look at that. We've got all the traps built so far. Let's lay out the rest of them. Seems like a lot of traps, but trust me, it's not enough. And we'll start chopping wood from this side too, I think. Yeah, it's quite a bit of work, but, you know, Blue's got a good construction skill. So we can get this knocked out real quick. Very important, too. I feel like the trap tunnel works better than embrasures. It's got its benefits. It definitely has its upsides over embrasures, whereas, you know, embrasures have its benefits over the trap tunnel. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. You know, at a later stage, once we start getting towards the actual end game, a trap tunnel probably will be better because it'll force all the enemies to actually hit the traps themselves, whereas here it's kind of random if they hit them. But for now, for quick and ease, it does seem to get built a little quicker, but also, you don't have to worry about animal attacks, too. Earlier, when I mentioned that it trivializes the animal attacks, it really, really does. You know, whereas with the trap funnel, essentially, you just have to wait those out. You know, when you get a wild group of animals attack your base, you've got to rush out there, close the trap doors so that they don't set off all your traps. And then you're stuck. You know, you got to wait. That's where embrasures really do have the advantage over the trap funnel. But that's about it. Yeah. What we'll probably do at some point is set up a trap funnel out here, and it will just empty out to like this point maybe, or even back here. We got a lot of room to build too, so that's good. And of course, not to mention, we can dig in and open up some of the Underhead Mountain eventually. Don't want to trigger any insect attacks yet, but bam, look at that. All right, we did it. We got all the traps up. The next stage is to let him research now, and then we're going to start knocking out marble. Or no, not marble. I'm sorry. We're going to start knocking out granite. That's allocation. That's what we want. We want granite blocks, 100%. So how close are we? Less than 50%. Food is low. We have no rice going. Oh, well, I'm sorry. We have some rice, but not much. All right. Get a little extra. There's still plenty of fruits and stuff. Let's take out this. Oh, look, it kept the bill that I had placed earlier, even after it was destroyed. That's really nice. All right, we're going to take out this cobra. We really want to get these monkeys out of here. That is not good. Let's have them harvest some stuff. Oh, no, 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 no. Damn it, blue. Okay, we might be good on psychoids, so let's have him stop sowing. I don't want to go too overboard with that stuff. Just for him by himself right now, we've got enough. If we get more colonists, we'll want more. All right, so he's doing that. Did he kill those animals? Yeah, I think he did. Oh, yeah. We got the meat right there. A little bit of cobra meat. Delicious. How do we get the monkeys out of here? I think we might want to wait till there's a trader that comes by. It'll be a little awkward because they're on the wrong side of the wall, but I think we can still manage it. Uh-oh. Get him. Come on, Blue. You're almost to 8 points of shooting skill, buddy. We need you. We need you to step it up. Quit being a goof. All right. Did he hit it more than once? No. Nice shot. Not quite. He's up to 8 shooting. Good job. We can probably just kite it around now. We'll lead it right up to the slaughter station. Let's go. Come on, Blue. You can do it, buddy. Oh my God, his shooting. Oh, okay. The cassowary just got bored. I was like, oh my God, this guy can't hit me. I'm just tired. I want to go to sleep. All right, a little bit of bird skin, bird leather. What is that like? The thinnest leather you've ever seen. These are all just desiccated, yeah. Garbage leather. That's exactly what it is. Bird skin. It's not even called leather. Bird skin for curtains. Ooh. So, what do we got out here? Forced weather. 5.5 days. Look at this. We get honor and a legendary newspaper. What? What the hell is a newspaper? It's a book's expanded item. Its value is 100. Huh. Do I want the masterwork great bow? To be honest with the bow, like, we're going to be looking for firearms. You know, I really don't want to be using bows and arrows. It is an improvement, but what is it even doing? Oh, a fog. Yeah, we're definitely accepting this. I think we'll do this one. Get some extra honor. I'm a little curious about this newspaper. What does it actually do? Does it just give us, I don't know, like entertainment? Yeah, okay. Read it briefly and that was it. It's a legendary newspaper. I don't know anything about what that does. Ah, well, we'll probably trade it away then at some point just to get rid of it because it is extra wealth. But not to worry, not to worry. We're building up the honor too. You read it, but I think it expires after a day. Oh, okay. I'll read it again when he wakes up. So we're back up to 309. It's not a lot, but that's a good amount. We can probably focus a bit more on research now. Okay, he's reading it. He's done. It's looking good. Trap area's looking good, buddy. All right, let's see. Let's see. Does he get a mood boost for reading it or something? That's a good question. No. Did not. It's kind of worthless, seems like to me. Maybe there just weren't any events. I don't know. I mean, it is a very basic quest, like an early quest, so the reward's not going to be that great, obviously, but yeah. I guess it's just some sort of recreation. Like I said, I'll probably just end up selling it to the next trader that will buy it from me. No big deal. All right. As soon as we get the stone going, we're going to replace this with stone so that we don't burn this down too. In fact, I should probably lay out a couple structures. Uh-oh. Mad tortoise. Now he's going to come over here and trigger a bunch of our traps, I bet. You think I should have gone with the great bow? Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. Well, too late at this point, but hey, the moment we get our first gun, though, we're going to be better. Well, it depends on the gun, but yeah. All right, speed it up. Let's see. Did the turtle ruin? No? Hasn't walked through a single trap. Oh, he hit the trap. He had two of them. Jerk. It's a tortoise for you, man. They're hard to kill. Okay. Forced weather. Not too bad, though. Probably going to help cool things down a little bit, at least here in the jungle. Yep. We've still got to get these monkeys out of here. Oh, that's beautiful. We got some meat out of that, so a little bit more food. Okay. Blue's a busy guy, no doubt about it. Okay, we're back to researching stone. Unfortunately, no prisoners yet, but it's good too in the sense that the moment we start recruiting prisoners, that's also going to add to the wealth. Pawns, especially if you start tricking them out with bionics, they can become extremely valuable in terms of their overall contribution to your colony's wealth. Blue right now is the most valuable thing we've got. Literally, he's worth over almost $2,000. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so if we add a second pawn, oh, roaming monstrosities. So this is a good example of now a raid or whatever that's just totally, we can just completely ignore it. It's pretty low anyway, but the braziers make that trivial. All right, let's see. Chicken rabbit hen, that's right. Those monstrosities are from the vanilla genetics. It adds a few things, not just, ability to splice. It adds certain quests too. So you'll get hit by those monstrosities, but it also adds like locations you can go on the world map to loot for like genetic materials. In fact, in order to build in order to make the most deadly and advanced animals, you have to send your colonists out and raid some of these old like science labs and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's a great mod. All right, so we're almost to the end of our first year. We have not got another colonist yet, but we're looking forward to that for sure. And I am going to be streaming again tomorrow right here. We're going to pick it up, but we've about crossed the 3-hour mark, so I think it's a good time probably to save it here and say let's not risk blue anymore today. We'll pick back up with him tomorrow and see if we can pull it off, see how much more we can advance. But I appreciate you guys all coming by and hanging out for this one. Been a really fun stream today. Thank you so much, all you folks out there. And of course, have a great day, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow.